am so sorry, Sparks. Holy shit, I can't believe I'm 17 minutes late. Oh my god, haven't had this happen in such a long time. Oh my god, I literally was just making the announcement video and I looked and I was like, I was trying to set the video. Sorry, hello, hi, I'm logging in right now. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I was literally making the announcement video and I was trying to set it to 5 p.m. and I was like, is it glitching? I look at the time and it's 5:17. I'm just like, oh fuck. What the hell, man? Anywho, builds live. Shit. I haven't broke my nailing it on the time for probably a year and a half. God damn it, I'm always so good about it, and I'm not just shit the bed. Shit, what's good, Sparks? Hope you're having a lovely day. I'm not sure if you've seen the build, man. God damn, Sparks, I love that. I'm not sure if you've seen it, but the build where it revs up right around the Krieg, kind of like battle anthem. I love how it came out. Just madness. Also, just embrace the chaos of Krieg. But I think I would have to upload a clip of the rev up part on our Grinn channel, because I still feel like there's a lot of people who are there who don't know we're kind of over there, especially when this is the content that I think would be relevant to the people that kind of were into what we are kind of currently making when I switched channels and whatnot. Which, by the way, dude, that has proven to be quite the thing. Spark says, haven't played much Wonderlands lately, but enjoyed watching the stream. Yeah, man, well, what do you call it? Well, I appreciate you watching the streams immensely, man, but I don't know, there's something about that. Something about the video we made yesterday, even if I think you don't really care about Wonderlands, etc. If you watch that video I have on the Brothers Grinn channel, if you're not into gaming stuff, just don't subscribe to that channel, or at least gaming adjacent Wonderlands content, that don't subscribe to that channel. But if you want to watch that one video, there's the first opening. It's maybe you skipped a minute ahead, the first kickoff. You'll know when it happens. The guitar kicks in and shit. I think that's worth seeing. I don't mean that, but at least I thought it was fun. I'm really worried if it may come across as edgy because Krieg by himself. That's the video, by the way. It's a Krieg video. But the Krieg by himself is kind of edgy, but he's kind of harmonized by this angelic voice that kind of takes away some of the edge, and instead what remains is just crazy. Holy hell, just pulled up. Oh, did you watch the one thing? Hell yeah, baby. Oh yeah, man, it's a goofy fun video. I gotta make sure I get people to see it. Destroying the bot. Yeah, man. Well, to me, it's just the rev up of the symphony of and then you hear Krieg's fucking laughter, and then I double reverb, put a bunch of his chaos sounds in the background, so there's never a moment of just not hearing Krieg rip and tear and rip, and especially with that, man, I feel like I found the perfect song that articulated the feeling that you feel when you play Krieg, which is this go 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 go, and it just revs up almost like a bike going and then it constantly keeps climbing. Also, I gotta close some stuff. Let's go with this. I got that open. I gotta close that. It's gonna eat up my processing power. Oh, also, I haven't turned off the stream playback. Stop it. No. Low Syndicate up in the house. Low Syndicate, I am 17 minutes late. Can you believe it? Haven't happened. I don't think that's happened in years. I've been a minute late, which is not really that. It's just because I've used the washer before we're starting. But 17 minutes, that's me forgetting. It's me oh fuck. I just had a whole day uptown too, so I was hey, I'm gonna get back 1 hour early so I can prepare for today's whatever. And then I got watching a podcast and time just got annihilated. But Low Syndicate says, "What's up, Grim? How are you today? Saw the build video and loved it. Thank you. I like how you did the intro filled with Krieg quotes as you went on a rampage. I mean, man, to me, I don't know what it is. I think I rewatched that 5 times for me. I don't know what it is, but it was something that again, it started off with I tried to put Krieg noise in there because I thought it was fun. But to me, I was it's just kind of sounding like you're listening to all of Krieg's best hits. It sounds kind of weird. So then I started putting a bunch of Krieg screams in the background with these things kind of playing out every single time he detonates chaos, his Reaper of Bones, sorry. And yeah, man, it was just, I just like the fucking guitar riff, and it sucks because I feel I put limiters on the guitar riff, and I almost wish I would have taken them off, so it's just loud and chaotic. So there's variability, because I put limiters, so there's your ears are never gonna get destroyed, but it's part of me is there's sometimes some goodness about rock and roll that's I'm gonna destroy your ears a little bit. I'm gonna fuck you up a little bit, and you're do it. Come on. rev it up, build it up, that kind of thing. Robin Singer says, I also rewatched it multiple times. That's amazing, man. I really hope that video does well. I think, like I was telling Sparks, I think I'm gonna make a clip of that kind of sequence where we kind of start digging into that and then jump back. Did you see the meme? I spent like far too long editing Lone Syndicate in there. Not Krieg's biggest fan, the other one, because that one I worried that was like, it was so like, because I feel like I distracted people, because I basically started like I finished my commentary and then you could start hearing the sound of the guitar kind of like a chorus basically kick off. I feel like people's attention is like, what's about to happen, and then you hear and then it goes dark, and then you hear and then your attention's pulled in as you hear Krieg speak. I do think the intro might have been a touch corny, because I really do love the character to pieces though, and I do think that I try to also communicate why the character works, where like a lot of like what you're about to experience, which is the like montage, is Krieg literally coming across like he's like a fucking serial killer, like essentially like just like a psychotic evil person. But it's the fact that he has this like harmonious thing, and I found the perfect voice line that kind of articulates like the harmony of the character, I guess. Also, for the people who made it to the very, very end of the video, the very, very end, when it cuts to black, I hope I put it in there. I hope I was able to, I might have fucked up by rendering. Maybe it wasn't actually in the video, but the quote at the very, very end was perfect to me. Like it articulated like the serenity of the Krieg, the voice inside Krieg's head, essentially. Lone Syndicate, my favorite quote was, I'm gonna ram my fist down your throat. Yeah, man. I don't know what it is, Lone Syndicate. I know exactly what you're talking about. I don't know why that one, it's like, I think it's because you're hearing the same cadence constantly within Krieg's voice, and then you have that line, which just comes across as so, like, pure, honest, and violent. Like, but also, I think it's like there's certain lines that hit harder because they perfectly match up with the editing that I accidentally kind of did. Like, again, one of the ones is I didn't even intend to do this. I always basically like increase the speed for invincibility for phases, so that they're not sitting there for 20 minutes like watching me go like, come on, please queue up the next thing. And I increased the speed of that, and then there's a thing in the song where the drummer just goes like, and as your the thing is getting sped up, it's like, and you're like, you see the character like pulsating around, it moves around a little bit. And yes, the Ava, yeah, you got the Ava poster, let's go. Yeah, I was hoping people would see that, because I spent a long time sitting there, and I was like, I gotta find okay, I remember there's a Borderlands poster in Borderlands 2. Okay, I'll find that. It was Salvador. I remember Salvador had the highest bounty, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna take that bounty. But also Salvador's like bounty poster was like ripped, so it didn't really work. So I had to like remake. I had to like meme it, basically make a meme template, and I was able to fully send it. And I was like, yes, good. Because to me, it was funny because as I started to do all this weird shit with the build and like the narration of it all, I started like taking this basically faceless entity, this like nothing burger, and then he ended up being like you could kind of break down who this weirdo is, where he's like #1 fan of Krieg, loves him to bits, looks like he's literally made of meat in a way. And he has he also hates Ava, which means it's not that he hates Ava because you fuck with my boy. Okay, it's not that I'm like, it's like not only that am I obsessed, but I'm also, you don't hurt my boy. You know what I mean? Which I like this weird like character person who's like this disembodied voice that I feel like I understand him as a person. Or losing blood, give me yours. Yeah, what do you call it? My favorite thing is what do you call it? Some sort of line that basically it was really quick. I think it was kind of hard to hear, but it was friends, like, what do you call it? I don't know. It's like, you're not my friend or something like that, or something like, I think it was something like I have. I'll give you something to cry about. Look at me. That's what it was. I like to know. I'll give you something to cry about. Look at me. Like, but also he says it with such like vengeance as he's like towering over somebody. You know, friendship is. That's exactly what it is. Friendship is hatred. Exactly. It's just like, what? Oh my god. And man, to me, I'm not sure about you, Lone Syndicate, but as I was making that video, I was like, there's nothing like that. There's nothing like that in Borderlands 3. There's nothing like that in in Wonderlands. Like to me, where is that? Where is that insanity? Where is that uniqueness? Like absolute icon level shit, you know? Same thing with Gage. Gage is just kind of like a jovial kid, though. That's why she is so like interesting within this character. What's good, Little Savage? Little Savage says, hey, Grinn, how are you this Sunday? Little Savage, how are you? I'm doing pretty good. I just had a family gathering because, you know, Mother's Day. But also, shout out to all the moms out there. Hopefully doing good. Hopefully you wish them well. But yes, what do you call it, Little Savage? Have you seen the video that we uploaded on the Brothers Grinn channel? I'm going to do this the whole stream because I just want people to see the first, like, opener kind of thing. Opener transition to montage. That's all I want people to see. You can tune in otherwise because you got to get the idea through the montage. In fact, a part of me thinks I'm just going to nix the explanation part of it, or I'm just going to be like, this is what's happening, this is why we do what we do, leave me alone. Because I don't really want to go into like, here's what this skill does, we're going to get this one for damage. It also just makes the video 30 fucking minutes, and even if I'm trying to like be like selective, I'm much better off, I think, just making a fun montage, showing people what's happening, and showing like people the cornerstone points of like, hey, Executioner's Blade, anything that deals a lot of projectile speeds or instances of damage. This is why we have the weapons we do. That's how that works. Go. Off. Little Savage says, no, I haven't. I'm excited to see the melee, but Little Savage, if you could do me a solid, could you go watch the opener of that video, and then it's like 5 minutes, if that, maybe like 4 minutes, and come back to me, please. Okay, close the stream, take it all in. I want to hear what you think about it. Okay. Syndicate says, well, next build is an homage to Gage. I would love that. I don't love Syndicate. I do need to give myself a break. Like one of the things I kind of mentioned really quickly, because there was a rant in there of me being like, it was a bad idea giving myself like a kneecap this hard. Like we need there to be a lot of weapons that are viable, options that are out there, subclasses and like class specific like class mods that open up possibilities. Because right now, to get this to work, it was fucking insane. Like and also one of the things I'm expecting to see in comments of the video, which is, hey, maybe, Malik says, what video? If you go to the Brothers Grinn channel, that's where it is, our gaming channel. It's that video. First video that you'll find in the Brothers Grinn channel. It's right there. Yes, I wish I had a link for you on Twitch, but I don't. If you go to our Grinn channel, which is where we normally stream, in the sidebar for like other channels, it's there, Brothers Grinn. So it's the first one there. Once you get it's more like 2 minutes and 47 seconds. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. What's good, Sparks? Sparks is uploading a bunch of little dots. What that is? Yeah. But what was I saying? Oh, like people are gonna say, well, why do like you're not even using that much of like what do you call it? Graveborn. Why not just go with like Berserker and get like fucking 8 times more damage and survivability? Because that's not Krieg. Krieg doesn't fucking do like explosive fucking nonsense bullshit, alright? Like, what are we doing? No. Okay, this would not. Krieg's out here like constantly casting a spinny ghost blade. I'm not sure if Krieg would be into it, honestly. Krieg needs to get point blank. He needs to feel his blood melt away. He needs to feel his flesh melt. He needs to feel like crack and smash. I don't know if yeah. So, although man, like, I hope so badly. Like now that I've actually like made the build, and I've also just seen a bunch of cool Krieg gameplay and like his voice lines, I would love if the next class, or if not the next class, but just a future installed class had a roaming melee, because like that's like Krieg's build, like how they designed that character. It's done. We've peaked. Like not peaked. You fucking stopped smashing myself in the face. It was a fix that needed to happen, but never did. It did in a DLC or a mod. Anyways, but like that, the idea of hey, you can just go on a tear with your melee. Awesome. Also, there's a bar that lets you like rev up, and there's also ways to like limit the downtime of your ult based on the kills that you attain. Awesome, especially with the chaos chambers. It just works. But the idea to throw your melee weapon and like destruct it back, or to recall it or something, is insanely good. And that would basically give us like a reason or like a path forward, to deal with the weird nonsense of like ranged melee damage, like to actually huck the main source of damage at your enemy. And that way, like weapons like that don't really intrinsically work, like the Ragnarok weapons that do like ranged melee, you can still kind of get by. Like we're okay. Oh, also, before we fuck around too much, I forgot I need to make a save of the save that I kind of patented for you guys. Granted, I guess I made a save in another way, so I guess it works. But just to be safe, we're gonna copy that and go over here and put it here. Perfect. And copy that. I'm not sure if anyone's gonna want the melee save, because I don't know if I think I'm kind of alone in my deep enjoyment for this character. Not alone, I just don't know if there's a lot of us. I know there's a lot of us who like the Krieg character, I just don't know if there's a lot of us who like the Krieg character enough to kind of limit their build diversity just to be able to kind of have a fun emulation of him. I don't know. Yeah. Load Syndicate says it's more like time. Malik says okay. Spark says hopefully my link get banned. Sorry. Yeah, sorry, Sparks. Yeah, I know you're trying to be helpful. I still have yet to toggle that off. I should. It's not like worst case scenario. My mods are probably kind of nuts. They'll probably deal with it. But even if it's not, I don't think Twitch is gonna get mad at you. It's probably like a warning system. I'm like, hey, don't let people post like bad links. But I don't think you're doing that. So I need to take that off. I keep forgetting. Granted. I still need to, dude. Okay. Like I know there's such a laundry list of stuff to do. We will play the game. Sorry, I just enjoying talking to you guys. But we will play the game. I need to get a banner for the new channels. I think honestly the ones that are there are fine. So this is not something I need to get to soon. I think, but I don't want to forget about it because I have a tendency to be like, it's fine, and I'll move on. So I need to get banner for the new channels. I need to then. I really want to start the series. I woke up today late. I kind of fucked away the day, which is kind of fair because I spent the whole day editing yesterday. So I kind of was like, just gotta take energy from somewhere. But I want to really make the share Grinn videos. So like again, I say this before, and I think it's kind of an out for me. But it's like I want to make content that is formatted so that I can do it and I can feel confident in doing it. And then I'll address the things that like make things look shinier. But there's a good, like most people just make things look shiny and hope that people kind of buy in. But I always want to make sure I have like a basis of like, this will work. This is the format that's interesting and fun. And of course, that's my attention right now is share Grinn, especially after dedicating so much time to the Gaming Brothers Grinn channel. Granted, I do need to make video content that is just not as complicated as making a fucking whole build and like doing hours and hours of testing and shit. Hey, that's still not good. Spark says, what about Twitch commands? Like that video to point to your latest video. Yes, these Sparks, I don't know how to do all that. I don't know how to do all that, Sparks. I am Twitch illiterate. But also, I don't want to be for what it's worth. It's like you kind of have to be... Maybe we should do that again at some point this year. I'm not sure when, but I think it'd be a good idea to do that one this year. Go for like do another month that is purely Twitch, but instead of it just kind of being like a learning experience to become better at YouTube and kind of having like a scapegoat for that. I think we should probably do a month of Twitch where I actually try to learn all the Twitch things. Like I would love to make like things where like people have fun things where you zoom in and it's cute. Like that seems fun, but I've not set that stuff up yet. You know, Fluff, have you seen the video yet? Have you seen the video, Fluff? I don't know what to really do. You know what I'm gonna bang out and do because I forget to. I haven't done it. Let's go fight Chum. Also, I have no idea how this is gonna work for the whole Chum thing. I will do this, and we will go to the one place. Let's go to the overworld. Wait, have we been here? Go here? Yeah, we've been here, right? Right. Also, are we almost done getting all of the shark people? I think, like the build things done. Lone Syndicate says, we stick to the character theme for our builds. Thanks very much. Random person in the YouTube comments. Yeah, I mean, that'd be the hope. And again, I think I need to reformat the half of it because I think the first half is like really good. I think I got people hooked. I think I got people in. I think the latter half is like, honestly, I think the video could exist with me being like, Executioner's Blade, we're scaling off of mass dots, essentially. Bye. Oh, wait, here's a bunch of the cool things you can do and the ways you can play it. Bye. Like, I think I spend too much. I don't think people care, honestly. I don't think a lot of people care. In fact, we could also segregate the videos. We could do a whole stream talking about why we chose what we chose. Instead of going into like the crazy depth of like, here's all the shit, here's why we did this is because it keeps us alive, this is because it does damage. I think it gets people are gone. I think you want to capture, people to be I think that's my problem with the video. I think when you're sitting there Like, people who are interested are gonna watch probably the full thing, but I think most people will watch the beginning and then tune off. Which, again, we've talked about that being kind of a problem. You want people to leave your video wanting more, not being like, okay, you don't want to be like, yeah, that was a lot. This is not what you want. So I think I in retrospect, I probably will aim that way. Aim away a little bit of the crazy options. Let's go to do tier 2. I think a good idea for roaming melee character would be like a thief assassin like character whose action skill is like roaming daggers, long sword type weapon. I mean, that would be awesome on Syndicate, but part of me would hope that like they would leverage the fact that they have so many beautiful, like gorgeous melee weapons that we only ever see for a split second. Like you don't even see them. So the fact that your character like Krieg's buzz axe would hold it out in front of you, or like hold it to the side as you're running around, and you'd be able to see like the crazy gold inlay. It to me just makes no sense why they like this is what a weapon looks like, a gun, sorry, and this is what the sword looks like. It's infinitely more detailed and insane. Has sheen, like I'd be shocked if they were like, yeah, like whoever did the melee weapon design should be paid more, because this is a legendary sword explosion. It looks like every other Torg, like literally every other Torg. And this one looks like almost like no other melee weapon in the game. Same thing with the Torg weapon, the Torg melee weapon. Entirely different. Got a weird look to it. Weird look to it. But yeah. But I'll take it, Lone City, for what it's worth. If I can whip those daggers around, good. I'll take anything that solves the range problem in such a way that isn't like half. Like again, Executioner's Blade kind of does that, but it's a chance-based chance. So sometimes you're sitting there fighting a boss and there's nothing happening. Like there's no execution, and then people like leverage it to the highest extreme by putting probes. But that's not a good answer. And I feel like the game will be like the game is leveraged for that build. For the build that basically makes it so that you hit 1,000 times, and that's not even the builds that need the melee amp. Like those builds will just benefit from the fact that they hit 1,000 times, or they do elemental damage. The builds that need the ranged thing are the people who build strictly melee. It's weird. Little Savage says, "I love the intro. Good, thank you." The montage with the voiceover, I was like, "That's awesome to hear." But I was hoping it would resonate in some way. But I was also worried that like, I'm just a fan of Krieg, and I don't know. Maybe some people aren't as much of a goofball about how like this is the coolest character in the whole series, or one of like top 10, top 5, top 4. Fluff says, "I watched it. Yeah, send me an invite." Oh, you want to jump in and do this? Where are you, Fluff? I don't see you. I only see Lone Syndicate. Why are you not here, Fluff? I see you that you're online, but not here, weirdly. Fluff says, also, I think one of the benefits of Ragnarok is that it can hit twice. Once with melee strike and additional with the thread, as you call it. Yes, I thought the same thing, Fluff. I thought it would be something that like maybe balance out the damage of it, which was the fact that it hit twice. So there's an enchantment called melee attacks trigger consecutive hits. And I am happy to report that basically its ranged tether counts as melee damage, which does detonate this. So I can like eventually keep hitting people, but also this is a melee critical hit, so I have to get a melee critical hit in order for that to detonate, so it's kind of low. Now granted, I have stacked the deck quite a bit, and we have basically almost a 50% chance to melee critical hit. So yeah, but I still feel like it's not even just that you hit twice, it's that the thread itself has none of the base damage at all, so it's a little rough. You want to join Hans? Hans says, it's Hans, Shadow Fox, Aldro. What do you call it? Are you here? Yeah, you're here. Okay. I thought you were saying, like, I need to put your thing in. I was like, oh, God. Fluff says, and while the lunge can be annoying, it also provides boost to damage and stagger. The thread is supposedly to be like a Torg sticky, but I haven't used it enough to see it in action. Yeah, there's no sticky that I find that sticks onto someone. Like I thought maybe it would stick a probe that would detonate, kind of like there was a special artifact set that every melee attack had a chance of putting a bunch of like spikes in an enemy essentially, and then detonating with random elements. That'd be awesome, but it doesn't do that. Also, that's not necessarily the problem that I have with it, Fluff. It's to me, one-handed weapons, I think their intrinsic benefit is that they attack quickly. So the fact that I wish I would have been able to find a gameplay clip of it. I was lazy, I guess. But basically, what happens with the Torg weapon? It's not that it's bad that it's lunging. It's bad that the lunge itself takes away all attack speed. And your character is constantly getting backhanded because he doesn't have Krieg's weight, you see? So it ends up having this feedback loop of you lunge an enemy, which your character does this, hit, and then the enemy backhands you get far away, and then he goes, hit, and then finally when you're point blank like 2 inches away from him and there's a lot of weird hitboxes, your character finally starts going on a tear and hitting a bunch. So yeah. But that my problem is that you kind of like jump towards your enemy, like you kind of start, like the animation that causes you to lunge takes away your just fast mowing down of attacks. If that makes any sense. That was why I didn't like it. Granted, some people could be like, no, I like if you get really good at it, you can like lunge towards enemy and keep like feeding off of them in a way. And yeah, it's kind of fun, but it doesn't change the fact that I think you want to feel like you're not stuck in like this weird like locked in state, which I think is why Krieg was so good, because it was like every time you hit, you felt like your buzz axe was just like rampantly hitting them, and like Krieg had no form. It was just violence, violence that cut through essentially, you know. Oh, ready to go? Ready to go. Let's go. Fluff, I sent you a request. I'm not sure. I just don't know why I'm not seeing you. I sent you an invite, but I'm not. I don't see you in my thing saying that you're online. But let's do number 1, baby. I'm gonna throw up. Spark says, so what's the new anime that you're watching? I've just started watching Naruto. Ooh, Naruto. Golly, man, that's a whole ass thing. Oh, also, I forgot we're hearing the story every time we hear what she says. What new anime I'm watching, Sparks? I actually, because I've been so busy with the build stuff, I haven't had a chance. I went on like a tear. I watched like 3 animes in like 2 weeks, which is a lot for me. I know some of you guys are like, those are chump numbers. But for me, that was a good bit. What was I gonna say? Some bullshit. Oh, no. So I think the next show I want to watch, apparently, The Realist Hero is finished airing, so I just want to sit back, relax, and finish that anime up because it was great. I have very fond memories of it. And yeah. And also, some people could say like, well, Grinn, why aren't you upset with like this weapon having its lunge? Well, it's because this one's not. It's like it's made as a damage like melee, so it's able to have 2 damage amps on it. Granted, the one that we're actually using just does some like cooldowns because we deal enough damage with everything else. Go over there. And Spinny Blade is okay. It's enough. You know, it just takes. It's like death by 1,000 cuts. It's like takes forever to kill things. Also, did I put, I hope I didn't give people the wrong necklace. Shit. I might need to fix something. Because I have no faith in people to like, yeah. so I'm saying, is this right? No, we're good. Okay, sorry. I thought if I left a necklace on that basically gives you ammunition gain, it would be less good. Die. I need to empty my clip. We might kill ourselves because we activated a dot. Empty our clip. Good. What's good? Shrizzle? Scrizzle? What's good, man? Lone Ticket says, that was me who sent an invite. That was me who said, that was you. Sorry, both your names are blue, man. Damn it. I thought that was Fluff. Okay, yeah, no, my bad. Sorry, Lone Syndicate. Should be able to join. Yeah, I was about to say, I was like, what? I was like, Fluff, you're not online, but we all have the same color of name, all right? I'm a visual viewer, okay? Go over there, Ghostblade. Go over there. I will say, Ghostblade is incredibly satisfying. It's probably like the better outcome. Reaper of Bones is great, all right? Love it to bits. But even Krieg would be like, this shit isn't efficient. Okay. Granted, Krieg was also the person that smashed himself in the face like 1,000 times, so unlucky. Are we ready to go? Cannot travel? Cannot travel when a player's joining. Dang it! Get your tushy in here, Lone Syndicate. Scrizzle says, I've been using the Stavo Capstone to proc the melee crit, and also proc my enchantments for extra spell charge. Ooh, okay. So I've been using you mean Executioner's Blade, Scrizzle? Okay, yeah, man. The only thing that I feel like maybe it's me, because I do think there is a reason. I just don't know if Executioner's Blade I've seen, unless you're like maximizing it with Tesla like coils. I don't know if it has enough bite to like if you were to take the Tesla, like the Executioner's Blade against bosses, I don't think you do enough base damage in my experience. So that's why I'm like, I'm not sure if it's actually, yeah, like to me, as much as I know it's a thing, but it's like the main thing that you're doing and the main problem, like the reason why we need ranged melee damage is not because of ads. You can like melt ads. There's also, you can just use a bunch of pixie weapons or guns with wings, any sort of like multi-hitting weapon. An Executioner's Blade can do some damage to them. But bosses, especially raid bosses that are flying, that's when you need to do, and you need to do a lot of ranged damage scaling, in my experience, in order to actually make that at all worth it. So yeah. Also, by the way, we don't need to use the coil weapon. I kind of made a point to talk about that in the build video, because I felt like people feel like you have to use that, and it's very helpful. It's very good for AoE. But honestly, I feel like if we were able to get I feel like the build would be perfect if we were able to get a version of the weapon that I currently have right now. That it could be guns with wings, it could be pixies, doesn't matter. We're just basically wanting but also we want it to scale a lot. Like, so if it's possible, if we could get a primordial version of this weapon, I feel like we'd be doing pretty good, because we're kind of built for elemental damage in a weird way. And yeah, we also got to rev up our damage a little bit. Also, every single time you're meleeing, I think an Executioner's Blade doesn't necessarily have to hit the other person. So it's kind of like a catch-all. Sometimes it hits, other times it doesn't. Also, I will say, this is one of those builds that I actually have a shocking amount of survivability. I mean, a little bit. I will say, like, that's my only negative, really, is that I feel like Chaos Chambers, when you make things elite, and if you're all playing on chaotic, or sorry, no, not chaotic, sorry, what's the thing? Insane. There's like, we're playing on relaxed difficulty right now, so it's like enemies are normally resistant. They're not like incredibly resistant, which is quite nice. What's good, Nis? It's been a millennia, buddy. Hopefully you've been taking care of yourself. I've missed you. How has your day been? How has your life been? Also, almost missed it. I do believe anything that buffs melee attack speed also increases the lunge. Stabbo, Berserker, and Myth rank. Interesting. Yeah, so to me that's the thing that's weird. Like I don't want that. Like I don't want the lunge to be involved in any way. Like to me, like some people could want that. I just wish you could take it away. Like I don't want any help. I want to just run at my enemy and eventually like contact with them. I don't like to because like again, we can melee and at the same speed that we normally move at. And yeah, like I don't want to see the animation that hard locks me into not attacking. Like I can hit the person based on like right there, whereas I don't need to like have the game like queue up this animation like that. I don't need that. I can just run at him and eventually hit him. Especially like when melee, you can like sprint in melee essentially. Or like at least meleeing doesn't break your sprint, but that's because the reason why it does break your sprint is because there's a lock on. So in a way it does, but not really, you know. And then this. I missed one up here. Lord Syndicate, my baby boy. What happened to you? Ooh, you got eaten alive. Gotta stack up element a little bit. Get out of here. Also, I don't think my enchantments are going anymore. Our enchantment, man, endgame is so made by enchantment. Yeah, as soon as we have our enchantments, we one-shot things. But I'm not sure if I like that so much. The enchantments being so crucial to everything. It's a little bit bleh. Also, goddamn, man, you got the biggest damn AoE thing I've ever seen. Golly. What's good, T? T says, good evening, T. How are you? Hopefully having a lovely time. Oh shit. Yeah, after this, we're gonna have to start giving out saves if people want them. Does anybody here want them? Let me know if there's how many people are here who's remotely interested. Also, love the color change, Lone Syndicate. The cyan suits you. Scree says it got buffed. Yeah, it's not heavy, but with flying guns stack bot, that's increased melee damage. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, no, I agree that there's a path for it. I just don't know if it's like, in my experience, if I were just to use this against certain bosses like Poseidon, the Poseidon guy, not Poseidon, but it's like a Borderlands version of Poseidon, I guess. But that one, to me, I like, there's a clip in the video of like the montage. It's like something like, this is not a world built for melee builds, which is insane because everybody is kind of playing with melee weapons, like in terms of like the enemies and everything else, you know. But it seems like there's still a huge negative. Also, there's a lot of weirdness happening with blood healing. Like we should be basically constantly at full health with how much dark magic we're doing and healing from. But I think there's a cap on it, which is frustrating. Also, The necklace that we use, there's also a cap on that, which is also frustrating. I was about to say, did I not? There we go. why did I not pick you up? Also, I like how Executioner's Blade like does find people. Like just will find an enemy eventually. I got your Lone Syndicate. Why can't you cast a spell when you're doing this? It's weird. Throw. We do need to melee a little bit. Because yeah. Because yeah. Man, that sigil is absolutely madness. Let's do this. This. God, I love the spinny blade's so fun. It's just so cool. I've actually been like, I was trying to refuse to use it for a while there, but then I was like, you know what? There's no real good answer to the fact that we can't do range damage. It's a decent answer. It's still not the boss melter that we need because there is still ranged. At least I think that there's still ranged, raid bosses. So you need to do kind of a huge amount of damage in order to do at a range. Granted, maybe people could argue that you could do their intrinsic phase. Like I know the bat enemy that's ranged. I think you can make it in some way take a knee. I don't know if you can actually contact with it though. Maybe that's a way. Maybe that's the Gearbox's excuse in a way for not having a ranged melee. It's like, well, actually, if you do the special secret kind of mechanic to breaking them, then you can basically play melee. Although I still think there's a lot of enemies that have a huge hitbox that kind of constantly pushes you away a little bit. Granted, I guess the auto lock does help with that. It does keep you kind of pushed into their hitbox, which is I guess maybe their answer to some melee things. By the way, I'm these are the problems that I think that it has, and I've noticed that a lot of the builds that exist for melee just do so much instant burst damage that you only need to hit once almost, and even them, I don't see them attack the ranged things. And if it is, it's because they're using probes, which I don't know if that build's viable now. I think it might be, but yeah. Lone Syndicate says the realist hero finished. I might start watching it because I'll watch because I was waiting to finish. Yeah, man, it's awesome. It's like the best cozy anime. It's not insane, but it is just it's just a fun watch. It's there's some shows that are just nice. Real nice. You finish watching them, you're like, this is peaceful. So you're not emotionally damaged. Okay. Lone Syndicate says, also, Grinn, I am almost finished my drawing, just need to add detail and color. Hell yeah, Lone Syndicate. Keep me posted, buddy. Can't wait to see it. Bet it's looking clean. Fluff says, and that's where Valor weapons come in. The speed can get buffed up nicely through skills and myth rank, and you can just sprint and melee. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah. When you say Valor, you mean two-handed weapons, right? So the two-handed weapons, as long as you have... also, man, that's the other thing I probably should have mentioned in the video. Damn it, Fluff, where were you? But I probably should have mentioned I am doing a stupid thing where I am refusing to use my myth rank, and that might be... Well, no, because myth rank wouldn't give you the answer to do ranged melee. Granted, maybe it would scale up your base melee so much that your Executioner's Blade would then start to chunk. Maybe. I wish there was they gave you the ability to turn off myth rank, and it's weird because I think they gave you that ability in Borderlands 3 at the tail end of the game, but Wonderlands comes out and it's not there. So it's well, why? People wanted this feature, and it took a whole goddamn 2 years to get this feature. Why would you not put it in a base? People could probably continue to want this feature, weird, strange, odd. It's what it is. Boom. Nis says, I've been good. How about yourself, Grinn? I've been pretty good, Nis. To hear the news, we have 2 new channels, Share Grinn and Brothers Grinn, gaming channel, and media channel, just hanging out memes, whatever it be, anime kind of reviewish kind of stuff, whatever it could be. Not in that order, by the way. Brothers Grinn is the gaming one. Share Grinn is the media weirdness, the goofy fun. Hey, this is some content that isn't games. Check it out. And yeah. And yes, but that's what we've been getting up to. It's been also very odd. I just seen a comment from our boy Prince in the chat, in the comments of a recent video, yeah, needless to say, he was like, "This whole multi-channel thing is very weird," and I was like, "It is odd. But also, I'm a little stubborn, so I'm like, I said I'd do this. We're gonna fucking do this for at least 5 or 6 months." And yeah, it also doesn't help that like we were, like I had how to put it, we might have had like, because we were making build videos and starting to get like surprising views, for me at least, like viewership, and also people were tuning in for majority of the video, AdSense was actually kind of crazy for one of those months. And I was like, oh, okay, sorry, but I was like, oh wow, and then now I'm leaving it, and I'm like, oh well, that hurts a little bit. I wish, oh goddamn it, and it sucks because with new channels, YouTube doesn't let you just turn on a monetization, which is shitty because YouTube lets you make a channel with your other account, so that like they can tell that I have a channel that's like verified and uploads consistently and stuff. But you still have to reach a certain threshold of viewership on your other channels before you can turn on monetization. So you're basically like working for free almost, which is fine. I'd be working for free regardless. But it is one of those things. It's just a little cherry on top of like, ow, ow, ah, a little bit. Screed says, I use flying guns to stack melee as ice of the kit. Oh, I see. Yeah. I went full pixie build for one run, knowing it was gonna be cheese, and it was. I don't want that. I don't want to do that. Yeah, no, that's. I mean, you can, whatever build you want. I just hope that like I think it's a good like rule of thumb to just make sure people are. You're judging people based on their ideals and measurements, not yours necessarily. Granted, again, they're like that's like a kind of a half-baked thing, but like for certain people, I know certain people really want to like get all of the gear themselves, and that's a huge thing. I come from the community that like used Gibbs Save Editor to make fun weapons and such, not like mods, but just like weapons that like they were like, hey, I'm just gonna make you guys the best variant of this, and that was actually okay. Now, granted, people tend to become more open to that when you're like 50 videos in and you've made 50 builds, and you're kind of like, okay, guys, let's relax, you know. Which I understand as well, but yes, but what I mean by that is like for me, I respect people who of course want to get don't want to play things that are too excessively overpowered, you know, especially pigs being able to like push through walls. It's quite good, and all these things. But for me, for your boy a little bit, I want for me, my measurement for what I want out of this game and such is the ability to have funner ways to play with it every time, you know. And to me, I am frustrated. The only thing that really grinds, like makes me frustrated, is when there's things that seem like they were void of playtesting. And that tends to feel like, again, like that's one of the things I mentioned, which is, again, there's just certain weapons that don't work in the same way, and also, I feel like people would be able to, you'd be able to expect that, hey, if we basically have it so that all of our purple weapons can have like the best prefix. And like legendary weapons are like hard capped for like 3 and 2 essentially, which is ×3 damage output, extra projectiles essentially, and like maybe 2 or 3 charges. Then it just makes, you know, legendaries like behind like a great deal. Same thing with like what do you call it, Moxie. I was watching one of his videos recently, and he said that like he says that Sword Explosion is the best legendary weapon right now, which I think is a fair assessment. But he was saying that he made a clarification and says, no, this is the best legendary weapon, but there's absolutely the better purples, which is like I don't know. And to me, they haven't addressed that. And it's not that I don't think like purple should have a place, but I don't think like it's not even close. Like I think it's my thing is I think or legendary should be given the same, like, because purples are just funner to look at essentially. And maybe that's something that Gearbox should actually make a note of, is like maybe instead of making legendary super rare, or like maybe no, because that to me would be a better system, is just have legendaries be hella rare and like really potent. Also, you good? Yeah, you good. What do you call it? Have legendaries be really potent and really good, but have and then have purples still be good, but you need to get the perfect roll of the purple weapon, and there's no gimmick tied to it, but it can also be like good in its own right, you know. That's what I would kind of hope for, but also I don't know. I think it's weird because I think there's 2 groups of the Borderlands community. I'm not sure if you guys have noticed this, but I genuinely how do I put it? I find that when I start to get toxic, it's really hard for me to stop that train. Like I feel like I just start to like be kind of needlessly honest, I guess, and cruel. Or like it's like to me, I like what I would hope. My hope is that if I was ever criticized, people would give me the like a way that they would change it, because oftentimes the way that it's being done right now is because there's a reason for it. And unless you give me a better reason to do it, I'm not going to change because I have no idea what to replace it with. So you'd hope that when someone criticizes you, you're like, hey, this is what you should do, and this is what you could do that would be better. And then maybe you're like, okay, that's a good argument. I'll actually, apply that stuff. I'll change, maybe. It's kind of a rare thing too, but still. Point is that that to me would be something I think that people would be, if it was you either get shit on and you just get torn apart, or someone criticizes you but then says, this is what I think you could do that would improve my experience, everyone's experience, also keep you safe, etc. For me, I don't want to do that. I noticed that some creators I've seen 3 videos that said the Wonderlands is worst DLC, the most shitty. And I don't disagree with those things, but I just find that and I also to me I want to make a video where I genuinely go through and try to not only criticize the DLC thing, but also give it not just say it's shitty, but instead say this is what I think you ought to do based on your previous game's experience. And all of these things, based on how your community consumes content, all those things. But I also want to, again, I don't just want to criticize. I want to actually give them a what they could do differently in the future that I think people would be, happier with, maybe. Because I think the thing is that I don't know if it's the size of this. Yes, the size of this is not great, and the limitation of this is not great. But I don't know if we've gotten headhunter packs that I think people loved the shit out of. And also there's good arguments against why that doesn't make sense, because this is a full-priced weird season pass thing, which is but yeah. Long story short, my whole thoughts on what I just brought up is I kind of want to be careful with being toxic, and it's not that I think that other people are wrong in having an emotional response or a negative response. That's not how I'm saying that at all. I hope that doesn't come across that way. But to me, I know that I find that pull where when I'm starting to vent, you start to get kind of you go buck wild, and I don't want to I worry that when somebody, it's like a biological thing within the brain. I think when people perceive that you're not acting in good faith, all ability to change their mind goes away. It's like a thing within how to change people's minds. It's if people can perceive you as being having a vested interest in hurting them or something like that, they'll just say fuck you and they'll close off entirely. So it's kind of helpful, if you're trying to actually get a change in, say, Gearbox or a DLC or the future of this game that you love dearly and want to see flourish, then you're better to try to be, cordial, and try to be careful. Now, but people also look at that as you being like a snake, and it's why? It's not that I don't. It's not that I'm just trying to be polite. that's just rude. I've never, and I've talked to Fluff about this one at some point, but I've never felt the ambiguity of the internet ever. I've always interacted in every way on the internet how I act in real life. I've never been able to be hey, because I don't know. To me, I'm always there could be a hacker. Maybe that's my dumb ass, but I've always been there could be a hacker that could see all my messages. So if I'm being a McDouche because I have the quote unquote ambiguity of the internet, I'll get wrecked. I'll get discovered or some shit. And I'm I don't know. Also, it's just not a good look, And I think everyone's entitled to have an emotional response for what it's worth. Again, there's we're kind of just splintering off and talking about so many things, but there's a big push right now. There has been for a long time with cancel culture and stuff like that, which I think also just has a weird thing to it. Whereas when people hear it, they're oh God, calm down. Just stop looking at, just get off Twitter or something, right? But at the same time, I think it's the idea of people being able to grow and stuff. I think that's also relevant. So people who have a negative response for Wonderlands, I also think that people shouldn't be too this person's a toxic asshole or this person had a bad take. It's well, yeah, everyone has a bad take. So wouldn't you want to live your life in such a way that would give you the same grace that you hope others would give you? So that's always been the treat others how you'd like to be treated. That's kind of the way, I guess, what I'm weirdly saying, exactly that. So if people are this person's being toxic or this person's being naive and not criticizing when they ought to be criticizing, I don't know, I just feel everyone has their take. So take a step back. I don't want to be overly judgmental or underly judgmental. And also I think people who do have any of those judgment calls are actually kind of fine. I'm not sure that makes sense. I'm not sure that makes sense. But I guess the whole cancel culture thing, separately of what we're talking about with Gearbox and kind of the weirdness of Melee and the DLC things, because we're playing it right now, that's why it's come to mind. I don't know. I think the whole cancel culture thing makes no sense because of that. Yeah. Sorry. There's also my streams, regrettably so, are also just a way for me to talk aloud and find how I think about things. I think about things a lot, but when you speak it, you have to be like, ah, fuck, I gotta make sense of this now, or I gotta try to make sense of what's happening in my head. Which I know is probably not. Most streamers are like, let me just make you laugh. Ah, that's such a good idea. It's such a better idea. Also, Fluff says Buffmeister Myth Rank Plus. Oh wait, no, sorry, I misread. The otherwise, oh, so much stuff I gotta catch up on. Fluff says I believe you can toggle off. Wait, can you? Oh shit! Wait, never mind. I'm the douche. I thought that was not a thing. Can you not? Where? I don't see you. Where is Myth Rank? Maybe it's not. Is it not here? Or is it Myth Rank total? I don't think there's a way to toggle off Myth Rank. Unless it's in settings, like deep in the settings, but I don't know. I don't see any sort of like thing. Select. I can only choose one of my things. Is it like here? Select, close. Yeah, I don't see the ability to do that. Also, sorry about that, guys. I hold you up. Also, there's a legendary. But yeah, I don't think there's a way to. Let me double check. Yeah, if there is, that'd be awesome. It might be in the. It may not work mid combo. Okay, yeah, maybe it's in the like settings. I thought there wasn't though. I thought that was something that like every build creator was not investing in Myth Rank because of that. Ooh. But I would love to fucking invest in my things and turn it off then. That'd be awesome. Holy shit. Also, I can use this now. It's just there's a lot of ranged encounters here. That's why I'm using that gun. Oh, that's why. Oh, no, that's why I was using the gun. It's because there's this. You need to shoot. Also, I lost my thing. Oh, they died. That's why. This and this. This too. We should be good. Yes. Also, the whole rotating thing, it doesn't let you fuck it up. So I could shoot the bottom ones and that wouldn't do anything. So it's weird. Let me go into the boss fight with my alt, damn you. Stop, die, don't die too fast. Don't. Yeah, we're good. Okay, go ahead. Good die. And otherwise, Blade Master skill buffs melee in various ways, including a limitless melee damage percentage. Blade Master with rank. Yeah, man, dude, that'd be the best thing. That'd be the best news I heard all day, Fluff. If I'm able to turn off my my myth rank, I'll be on cloud 9. Because I heard people say stuff like that, like, oh, you could just have a high base gun damage and get the most out of scaling. So it's kind of like an inevitability that you become overpowered. Or you could also, I think you can download an account. Yeah, also, golly. Yeah, I think you can download an account. Sorry, a profile, not an account. You can download a profile, I believe. Also, your friend Little Mushroom getting your ass upload syndicate. What is this? What is this? No. What is this? Oh, it's a ring. Sorry, I thought it was like a necklace. We also got the ghost call. Not a bad variant, honestly. Okay. I think we got one more run. Yeah. Wait, does anybody want the build? The new build? It's okay if you don't. Or you probably can just download it yourself. I know some people are doing that too. The martyr phase is added to chaos chambers. Yeah, I thought we already got all of the things from this. Man, I think it'd be such a better idea if every week they kept some legendaries to trickle out to us, because this was the worst. Honestly, I'm upset about that. Like, this could have been actually okay. Well, it shouldn't have been charged that much money, but it could have been actually a not a bad headhunter keep people thing would be good. I would love it. You do? Hands, is this you? Are you Shadow? Shadow, is this you? Because I'll drop it. I will have to back out of the game and load back in though. So let me know. I will go over do this. If this is you, I'll drop it all right now. Do you want me to go to? I'll go. We're gonna go to the one place, just in case you need to make some space. We're gonna go to the chaos chambers real quick. Hand says I'm stuck. What's that mean? Is this the person who's hanging out just now? Who opened up the damn thing? There we go. Scriz says, "Can I join?" Absolutely, Scriz. I just gotta drop this this gear for this person because this is what we do. It's the whole point of the build. The whole point of the video. It's numberly easy and not how I'd like to play. True. Yeah. No, absolutely, man. Play how you want to play. I love that. Also, I'd like to know how you're getting up to things. Let me double check. They're disabled to mid combat. Maybe let me see. Maybe we're mid combat. That's why we couldn't disable myth rank. I don't see it anywhere. Even if I use my thing. Total 40. How do I don't chaos mode? Maybe nope. Yeah, I don't think you can because I remember I feel like people would have been like, "What the fuck are we doing? Holding like 120 points?" You know, Jesus. Yes. So is this who wants the gear? Is it Shadow? Are you Hands or Hands? Are you not? Are you Hands? If you're who are you? I want you to get the gear, but I need you to send me a request or a friend request if you're not already in game. Fluff says perhaps it adds the more advanced version of chums to the oh yeah, that makes sense, but I was wondering why it specifies that. Lord Zig says, I like the mushroom a lot more than the demi-lich. For starter, the mushroom doesn't talk and would like to build Grinn. Maybe there will be something I can use for a melee. Okay, perfect, yeah, I can drop it for you. Oh, this is you, Shadow. Okay, I thought Hands. You weren't saying it, so I wasn't sure. Okay, Hands. I gotta make a save of the current thing I have right now because I think I may have picked up something. Let me do this. Delete that. Nope. Delete this. I'll accept. I got it. I accepted last minute. Jesus Christ. Get rid of that. Go over here. Copy this. Sorry, guys. Some weird multi-dimensional things happening here. Copy. We're good. We're cooking. Okay. Here is the gear, my friend. Let's do this. We're dropping all of it. Oh, shit. I'm sorry. You guys look at my dumb page. There we go. Boom. And boom. And boom. And boom. And boom. And now we're just dropping all the other stuff. Eventually we'll get to the weapons. Oh, okay, so by the way, I didn't clear up my inventory as much because the other build that we made had like 15 duplicate spells, essentially. So yeah, it was a lot of inventory real estate essentially being taken up by that. But this one, the melee weapons are the only thing that kind of really manages. Also, if you've seen the build video, there's a couple good ones in there. This is also me just testing shit. So, yeah, sorry. Fluff says, Wyvern best companion. You can't change my mind. I love me the Demi-Lich, even though he sucks. I like his again, like I said, favorite character in the game, Krieg, bar none, okay? So that Demi-Lich has a little bit of psychosis, which I enjoy overall. Okay, you good, Shadow? I'll back out and I'll join in on you, okay? And now I can just drop you the gear and I won't have to sit here and let you sift through things, yeah? You know? Shrieker, sometimes I can't find people who just accept a friend request immediately. Yeah, Shrieker. So you may need to close your game and load it up again if it's being fucky. Lone Syndicate left the game. Shadow, you good? You got everything? You good, Shadow? You good? You look great, by the way. I didn't mention that. You look iconic. The red skin, all that. Also, do you guys hear that they're making another? What is it called? What is that Avatar movie? Avatar. Literally called Avatar. Shit. Yeah, apparently they're like making the Avatar movie. It's finally gonna be out in the world space, but then it's gonna get like, what was it? It was like they were gonna get follow-up movies. Also, why are we in silence? I hate it. No one said anything. Jesus Christ, my heart and soul. Play it. Play the song. Why, God? There we go. There we go. Some music. That was that. What a nightmare. I still feel like out of all the characters I've designed, this is my favorite character I've ever designed. He just looks so cool to me. I don't know why. Although Meat God is really easy actually to like come up with a look for, honestly. Lone Syndicate wants it. Right. Lone Syndicate said he was interested. Make sure you have space, Lone Syndicate, to accept the things. Oh wait, I can't see my chat. Okay. Lone Syndicate is here. Jump in. Join. Good, you have your things open. Where is it? This one. Pop. Man, I really hope they stop doing the mayhem levels. I don't know about you guys, but to me, was anybody excited to do another 15 mayhem levels without like being able to scale it up? Like, I think if they just gave people like, hey, you can jump to the highest possible mayhem level, go. You know, like you'll find out what you can achieve and what you can't achieve. Because to me, just going one, like my build can easily smash all of the chaos chambers, but I'm still having to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Terrible. I honestly don't think that it would be as bad if you could just hit the ground running and be like, let's see if my build can handle level 45 if that's what they update it next to, and you'd be good to go there. Let's drop all of our stuff. This and then this and then this and then this. And drop and drop and drop and drop and drop and drop. Scriz says, is there a burr armor that dark magic converts 3 icebreaker primor? I have no idea. There's a Google Doc that kind of has all of the potential outcomes of class synergy. So it shows you what, like, if you have Greyborn and Stabo, it shows you what kind of mods can drop on there, which again, man, I think is just, what are you doing, Gearbox? Like, it's just, like, the fact that, like, again, the reason why loot games are so fucking iconically fun is because you could have the stupid god roll. You could have the, like, defies all logic and reason, absolute best. What are the odds of this dropping? So the fact that that doesn't exist is just painful. Yeah. Alright, Lone Syndicate, I'm out. Does anybody else want the melee build? This, and kill this character, boom. Okay, so I think the next, by the way, I want to talk to you about this a little bit. I think the next character that I want to fuck with is Clawbringer. I think I want to make a build. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, though. I don't know if I'm going to make like an elemental gun build, because I do want to just mess with the guns. We've messed with melee a lot. We've messed with magic a lot. Next big thing that I want to kind of give people a gateway into is gun damage. I think Greyborn should be able to do that. Granted, we're going to be building gun damage coupled with elemental damage, because that's what not Greyborn, sorry, I keep saying Greyborn, I mean Clawbringer. Yeah, Clawbringer. Also, no, I didn't want to fucking play that goddamn character. Shit. I also need to update. I think that maybe I should hold up before I say that. I think I may need to update my current builds, because I think they're fun, and I want to make a better version of the this one specifically. Because I also think that's one of my favorite classes, actually, is the Spore Warden, which is fucking hilarious, because who would have thought? Okay, back to the thing. Unless somebody says they want. I see nobody. Okay. Back to the thing. If y'all want to join, let me know. I could just leave my fucking game open instead of having to join you manually or invite you manually. Oh boy, Fluff coming with that Google Doc thing. Just snagged the gear from the save file. You want to do a chamber run? Well, I'm trying to get all these done because I just haven't gotten the thing. New gear unlocked. What? Excuse me? What? What do you mean new gear unlocked? Maybe they mean like consumables? They must mean consumables. I can see them unlocking some consumables behind the data, which is a horrible idea. Because, like, who the fuck is going to be like, here's a video about a new consumable? What? It's crazy. Yeah, I got you. Let's take a word, buddy. Shrieker says, kind of want you to see what I've been using and see where I went wrong. I would love to, Shrieker. If only you could send me a save file. I'm not sure if you're playing on PC. If you are, let me know. I could check it out. I'll probably do a whole video on it. Because, yeah, we have a series that I want to make another video too. In fact, there's a person who gave us another save file to review, and it's been like sitting there for a week. It's just been busy as hell, essentially. If you're out there, I'm sorry. Fluff says, all legendary armor types can appear for any chaos combo. So you'll just have to farm corrupted plate mail and hope that Berserker and Spore Warden / Spellshot. Gotcha. There's a spreadsheet for the class mode combo. Raise his hand. Low Zinga says, I want to join back in. Yeah, I'll turn my game on to Except people who never or only friends. We'll do that one. Fluff says, I recommend Berserker Spore Warden. My fucking neck. Ow. I believe it's called Ranger, which is an Icebreaker and Cold Snap build. Okay. Fluff says, you want to jump in, Fluff? Let's go. Fluff, you can just join on me. Yeah, Fluff's got it. Fast as shit. Ah. Ba 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 ba. Shrieker says, I can drop my loot while you drop your build. What do you want the build? I'll drop it for you. I could, yeah, you can check. You can do that. Just make sure let me know when we're doing that. Maybe after like 2 runs we'll do that, so I'm not like constantly making all these people horribly scattered. Okay. Fluff says, I recommend. Alright, recommend that. Shrieker says, I did. I think my message came up late. I'll run too. Oh shit! Sorry. Yeah, right. Yes. Yeah. I'll absolutely drop it for you, buddy. Just give me a minute. We'll do it. Yeah. As soon as we do 2 runs, I hope you'll be patient with me. Thank you. I'll run too. Clap, clap. What does that mean? Do you want to join? You can join. Do you have me as a friend? Let me see. I see Shadow here. Let me see. Manage friend requests. Yeah, I haven't seen you pop in my friends. I think I did. No, there you are. Sure, here. Oh, you're not. Oh, I may have a full thing. Is that right? Oh, sorry. It's still Sugar. We have full people. So sorry. All right, let's go. Well, it'll be plenty of times for us to play together, Shrieker. Oh, also, have we reached the cap of this? Are we not? Is there 4 or 5 runs? So is next week the last one? Next Thursday? That's kind of like end of the week still. Fluff is in the menu. On Epic Games. Oh, I see. Oh, yeah. So yeah, I got you. I got you my thing, so we can join. I'm not sure if I'm that much of a whiz about that. Yeah, but I'll do my best. I just trying to again, but also, man, I don't know. I feel like the way I make a build is absolutely not like where everybody else makes builds. And that's not to say that I'm better in any ways. In fact, I think I'm in a weird place where I go by like feel. That's how I found Pixies so fast. It's because I'm like, this just seems like nuts. And then I was like, well, now let's test it. And then we went from there. But I think people like again, what do you call it? A lovely person in our community, was saying the other day that there's a better combo for the melee damage output that I'm currently having built for, which is essentially instead of using the all damage increased based on proximity shield that we have, which is really good, 100% damage when enemies are closer. They take 100% more damage or something like that. But it's a really, really good shield. But the person was saying that essentially there's another shield in the game that when your shield's depleted, you get dark magic damage, melee damage, and I think efficiency or something else. Movement speed, that's what it was. And they said that would actually be a higher net damage than everything else. But I've tested that before, and I was like, yeah, that might be the case, but for me, it actually didn't end up being that way. But if I were just to do the math and be like, hey, well, that's just like the equation says that this is going to be the best, I'm only going to give attention to that. I would not have what is essentially, to me, like a significantly better shield where it's like nuking enemies in comparison. I don't know why that is. All I know is that I'll try it. It will either work or it won't. And I'll be like, all right. And we're done. we're done. So yeah, but yeah, I don't think it's a better or worse way to do it. It works, I guess, somewhat. Granted, there is a kind of a negative because sometimes I misunderstand things. Like I thought we were doing a 700 damage at some point, or 800 damage, based on like just the obvious kind of layout of the numbers. But apparently, like Gearbox doesn't tell you when something is multiplicative, which I think they should because it's kind of important. Yeah. Like, why make things needlessly complicated, you know? This, and then this, and then this. Don't run from me. Ba, 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 ba. I really like Ghostblade. I wish there was a way to, like, make your action skill come back instantly. I do think also Ghostblade comes back pretty fast, though. I'm gonna throw up. Sorry. Shrieker says same. I just did a run with some frost build as usual, but slapping on a dark magic frying pan still clap. Yeah, man. There's a lot of weird things. There's a lot of things. Like, to me, I kind of regret making one of the videos, which I don't know. I don't regret it, I guess. But there's, I made a video called The Best Melee Weapon for Mages. And it was basically the weapon that when you melee, you get like a stupid critical chance bonus. It's not as much as I think it's the same thing as multiplicative, so it's like it's like 80% buff, which is to say it's almost like whatever your base critical damage for spells is, it's going to make that better. Granted, if you have a decent crit chance for your spells, it actually makes it almost like a guarantee, which we did, I think, at the time, so it works out, but still, it wasn't quite honest or 100% true. What was that? But the pickaxe, the goblin pickaxe, is kind of also really good for. Well, also I don't know if I feel like it's good for. It's like the best jack of all trades weapon because it kind of does boost all of your things. So as much as I do kind of think, well, I think there's two like very very valuable ranged kind of thing. And given I think the goblin pickaxe in some way can actually give you more like critical chance or spell cooldown. That's why you want the goblin pickaxe. At least I think as a mage, just because you get spell cooldown. But yes, we'll do this, and he's dead instantly. Golly, he's dead too. Barrels are the worst. Save me, please, Shadow. Don't leave me behind, please. No, fucking barrels, man. Gearbox, what is your fucking problem? Oh man, you have no idea how like you can like face tank 500 rounds and just be fine, and then you step in a puddle, or you get like a tether on you and you just get nuked. Also, guys, enjoy, have fun. Fuck. Barrels, man. Anyways, but Gearbox is like, it's just how it is. It's like, fucking what? Like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, here's the damage that every other weapon does. Here's elemental. And they're like, yeah, it's just how it is. It's like, no, fix your shit. This is not in any way how it should be working. God damn you. What is your problem? I don't know, I get a little like, what the heck, when they're like acting like that's just something that exists. And it's like, it is what it is. It's like, it's sure shit shouldn't be. Please fix it. I'm worried that we're never going to get it fixed, because that's always been something in the game where it's like, barrels are a nightmare. You know how you can, like, you're basically impervious to all damage, but if you touch a barrel, your whole life is just absolutely fucked. Yeah. Yeah. Like, stop laughing. Stop laughing, you goddamn sick bastard. And just like that, we've done it. Go. Whew. Fluff says, my myth rank, attunement, berserker, capstone, and our middle skill from the second row of a clawbringer, all help action skill cool. Yeah, no, there's ways to cool down your spinny blade. I just wonder if there's ever a thing that basically lets your spinny blade permanently persist. I think clawbringer has that. Honestly, we could probably go with that. Yeah, maybe. Well, no, it's Berserker who has that, right? Not Clobber, it's Berserker who has the like unlimited action skill stuff and cooldown hype. I don't know, because to me, I think like I don't know if the like this is good for mobbing, but I don't know if we have a need for mobbing help ever at all, you know. Whereas I think we need something that can help melt bosses, and I don't think that helps. I think it's like the capstone is when you get a kill, you regenerate a part of your action skill, but it's like no, we don't need help mobbing. Like that's what it kind of be doing. We need help like having it up permanently based on like, hey, when you cast a spell or something, you'll reset the cooldown or something. That'd be neat. Or when you melee, you'll reset the cooldown. Or when you shoot, there's a chance for you to reset the cooldown. So it's like, okay, so you have a high fire rate weapon that could work, you know. Also, that might feed into multi-class spec whenever we do get that option where you could have Executioner's Blade, which kind of is very much hindered on you having a fast attacking weapon. And other things. Why is the music gone? You rat. You rat fuck. Spotify. You witch. This. Over there somewhere. Whap. I love the animation for throwing around the sword. It's just like the most effortless kind of like stop it. It's like how everyone would use their powers. You know how in fantasy shows or like in any sort of Marvel movie, there's like this thing of like great focus or like really intense when they cast a spell or swing a weapon. I feel like if there was no like necessity on like casting something in such a way, you would just be a dickhead about it. You'd be like, or some bullshit. You have motherfuckers doing Naruto signs, and then another person just being like, shut up, and then just throwing a blade at you or something. God, that'd be great. I think we'll ever get to a point where, probably not in our generation, but do you think that we'll ever get to a point where magic-like things, because like science is already kind of there, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, you got to think real far in the head, and kind of, and when you talk about like, hey, this is something that is induced by like scientific discovery, kind of less cool, you know, a little bit shitty. It's kind of like, well, there's no like, you know, you just get reborn as something, you know, whatever anime tells you or something. It's just, no, you're this now. We've basically unlocked some sort of like thing that we're going to put a chip in your head, and you're going to be able to do like telekinesis. Which, by the way, I have not met one person. Okay, guys, here's the pitch. Let me know if you would agree to this deal. 10 years off your life, maybe 15 years off, whatever your base life would be, but you can use telekinesis. But you can't necessarily use like hella telekinesis. You're not going to like lift up a car and like huck it at a person, but you can like open a door or something. You like feed yourself or something. Would you take it? Go. I have not met one person who said no, because you're like, fuck yeah, dude. I feel like we would normalize it instantly. It'd be like, in hindsight, this is kind of just like, I could easily just open up a door. Like, I don't know why I need this in my life, actually, but I want it. I desperately want the option. Oh, it's so stupid. Anyway, let's go here. What it is, and it is. Stop running from me! Oh, damn you! Come here! Melee's perfect. That's fine, he died actually. That's pretty good in this regard. Come here! You fucking mushroom taking forever, picking your ass up. Wait, there's legendary here. I already looked at its ring, shit. Also, let me cue up the music in a hot minute. I let you all run off ahead. Hopefully I won't die. We're going to do this. We're going to go over to Spotify this. We're going to not use Spotify because it's a nightmare. We're going to go to this. Is this all? Yes, it is. Perfect. Play. Okay. That works. That feels okay. Back to this. Back to this. Let's go. Hope that's not too loud, because I didn't really look at how it was affecting the stream, the sound wise. Fluff says where's that? I think a precise melee weapon has some value. Like a precision. What do you mean? Puncheon is a great. If you have a crossbow weapon, what does that mean? What is the Pinkius melee? What is that? I'm not reading that right probably, but I've never seen the weapon. I don't think that's why I'm like, what? There's a punish on. Oh, a punish weapon or something. Okay. It doesn't scale off of melee though, right? For my knowledge, there's only I actually hadn't even tested this. I've heard this a while ago, but I don't know if it's true. But I heard it in the. Man, there's so much stuff in the lead up of this game, where people are saying like, I think, and again, a part of me believes that this is something that just is innate within Gearbox a little bit, which is, I think there's content that they've had available for a while. Why is that not? What the hell? Oh, you can move these. I was under the impression that you can just infinitely cycle them. Very weird. Okay. Maybe it's just really like, if you have to really, they can tell when you're like fake doing it, like not actually intending to do it. I don't know. What was I saying? Oh, one of the things that was said at the beginning of the game in the interviews was that Sword Explosion, I think its main, like it scales off of melee, its plunge, which I don't know if it does. I've never tested that. But I'm curious to see if they specifically talked about like a melee weapon that acts as a cut purse that like lets you regenerate your entire meg by hitting a couple enemies. But that doesn't, like, I haven't seen that anywhere. So part of me is like, what the heck is that about? Where's that gone, you know? And I think, again, probably more likely it's going to be in the season pass, which is like, you were talking about this before the DLC was even talked about. So I don't know. Part of me feels like they should be in the base game just because we were hearing about it. It doesn't really help the feeling that some people have all the time, which is like you're basically paying for content that like should be in the base game because it was designed before the game was created. Although I guess I don't know. Honestly, I don't really have too much of a. Ooh, also that's times 2. I don't even. Is this times 2? It's not. I wonder if it's better or worse. I feel like it'd be better if it was because it's ×2. Neat. Yeah, but also, if we have a cut purse, there could be a fun build with that. Like, just to have a bazooka build with, like, throwing around tornadoes. That'd be fun. There's nothing extending action skill duration. Berserker just increases to enrage. No, I don't think that's true, Fluff. I think there's a class. I thought there was a capstone, if I'm not mistaken. There's a capstone that increases your action skill duration. Unless I'm wrong. I thought yeah, I don't think it was clobbering. I think it was a Berserker. Berserker has something that increases, gives you a chunk of your action skill back. Melee is just a science that hasn't been explored yet. Yeah, sure. Like that. Oh, sorry, magic. Magic is a science that hasn't been explored. Yeah, that's a funny way of thinking about it. If I was like a gambit, tactical telekinesis, probably. Oh, okay, yeah, I don't know about that. I'm just talking about like a telekinesis that wouldn't give you like fucking superpowers, but it would just help you in your casual life. You know? But like it wouldn't be like you could like someone would be like, let me open up the door and open it up, but in hindsight, dude just walks over, opens the door, and is like, what? What the fuck? You know? Fluff says Borderlands 3 popped up all the great music for each planet. Wonderlands, what music? Yeah, I mean. Skrill says, sorry, I'm tired. No, it's all good, man. I'm the one I just never seen the weapon before. That's why I'm lost. It says, been doing Naruto hand signs. Is like the coolest thing I've ever, like waving a hand sign. Then saying a fire style Phoenix flower. I would fucking hate it, dude. Man, if you want to know how I would get absolutely destroyed, beaten down bad, it'd be that. Some dude, like, if you were fighting somebody in, like, some sort of weird instance of, like, whether you're bullshit, if some dude just started busting out this, I would just be like, stop, please. I'd be distracted and then I'd get wrecked. Yeah, I guess we only have 3. Does anyone, I actually made a video about this, but does anybody know how many in total we have here? We'll do one more run. This is actually quite fun. It's like different from Chaos Chamber, which I'm kind of sick of at this point, but they're so valuable to do them. But after this, I'll drop it for Skriz. Yeah. Let's get going. Oh, you're spending all your coins? Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Skriz says blast 15 more damage for each bolt on the target, which is like if there's 50 bolts in the target. Yeah, it's big. I was about to say one of the things I thought about that, Skriz. I thought about like, is there like a melee build that just detonates Executioner's Blade as its base? So I tried. I don't know if I still have it. I don't think I do. But it was basically the last assault rifle that got buffed that like fires a bunch of what do you call it? That fires a bunch of buzz axes into people, and like based on how many buzz axes you have in them, they take more damage. So I thought, oh, maybe that can kind of translate into the melee hit. Maybe, who knows? So I thought maybe we'll do that, and it wasn't enough. But also we were able to regenerate our entire mag because it was like ×4, and anything that has multiple projectiles hitting something can detonate. Basically this, because an Executioner's Blade will likely get summoned, hitting an enemy, and resetting your entire magazine. So it actually works, but it didn't have enough damage, I found. It was weird. I wish it did, but it did not. But yeah. Again, most didn't do enough damage to mob, but just the bossing is the shit time. Wait! Don't accept that! Don't accept that! Yeah, good. Don't do that. I need to make it a max difficulty. Oh, Fluff says Puncher is a legendary hammer that causes explosions based on. Oh yeah, no that's interesting. Yeah, I wanted to make a build about that, but it was such a lot. It was a lot. It's just sit there and like shoot a bunch of things into someone and then hit them. And I think I tried once that like by throwing pixies. I think it may work with guns with wings, but by throwing pixies, do they count as bolts being stuck into the enemy with your pixies shooting? I don't think it did, but granted that could be a fun thing. I just think sometimes your pixies don't lock onto the target that's right in front of you, so you'd have to kind of like monitor where your pixies are going and then hit them. Granted, I guess you could shoot them with your gun in your hand, which probably would work. Fluff is in his inventory doing things. Screw says, I've had it in my bank a while apparently. I just noticed its potential today. Yeah, man, you know, there's definitely potential there. I just wonder if, well, I think probably good. I think if you had a primordial version of it, I think that'd be, yeah, because I think I tried it once and it feels awesome. There's like an explosive like anvil hit essentially, which is cool. But I felt like it was kind of weird to sit there and like light up a person with a bunch of things. That was me that time. My controller wire got pulled out. Fluff says, "Oh right, you're correct, Berserker." Yeah, okay. Fluff is a fucking dynamo on most things, but I'm like, I don't know this. I've looked at all these, especially this last week. I've fucking binged any sort of melee class. I was deep. I tried, dude. That was something I wish I mentioned in the video really quickly, but just I tried things. Like I hope that was apparent. Like it wasn't just me being like, we'll use this. I tried Berserker. I tried all these things. They didn't have the consistency that at least I think Stabbo has. Also, I think it worked out because I didn't really see a lot of Stabbo builds, frankly. Not ones that didn't try to make make the most of Executioner's Blade, because Executioner's Blade solves the problem of range damage. Granted, like I see, I think we're doing okay with our Ghost Blade. Yeah. Granted, we're also not playing on the hardest possible difficulty. We're playing on level 35, but just not the hardest possible difficulty, you know? Also, I feel like we're extra tanky for whatever reason. I think Chaos Chambers are just on a weird spectrum. They're just, especially when you make enemies elite. I haven't heard many people talk about that, but I don't know what it is. I think enemies who are elite are just horrific. Like, it just makes things insanely resistant to where, like, you're not doing anything. Ba, 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 ba. Ah, I got here first. I guess I could make room. Don't push me out, please. And now. Nailed it. Nailed it. Best timing. Where'd it go? Oh, I need to pull up back my FOV, I think, if I want to do this melee thing more. Because it's so much. Yeah, also, I like how they updated the one, like, X-Blade. What is it called? Something, Split Blade or something? Bazooka weapon, whatever it's called. Holy shit, is that ever just a nightmare? Like, or sorry, not that it's a nightmare, it's just that it's still like, yes, it applies an element, but just does no damage. And maybe if they increase the fire rate, you could like hyper stack multiple elements. Maybe if they counted it as melee damage, then it would be great. But no. Skriz says, I've had it in a while for my bank. That's basically what these flying guns do. Okay, yes, yeah. So to me, I think that's a pretty interesting idea, man. Yeah. I think that could bear fruit. I wonder, like, because again, my thing is, well, yeah. Okay, so there's very like build things are like, how do you answer a lot of these questions? How would you answer the question of range damage? Maybe you could build a lot of gun damage, and that gun damage could kind of in a way facilitate and then you could just basically do gun damage and melee damage, so you could melt bosses at a range with gun damage building, and then I don't think that scales off of melee. I think it scales off of how many you have embedded. And if you have enough pixies with a good enough fire rate, you might be good to go. I'm not sure. I'm curious that if it works with pixies though. I thought I tried that once. I don't think it worked with pixies. It works with everything else though. Oh, where are you? Where's your mushroom now, Lone Syndicate, huh? Huh? You like the mushroom more than the Demi-Lich? Listen, the Demi-Lich would at least be there by your side as you die. It wouldn't be able to do anything, but it would be like, hey man, I'm here. Okay. He might chuckle and like whisper in your ears, yeah bitch, you fucking want to control me? I'll rip your head off. You'll die alone, okay? Which, you know, in some ways comforting, you know? Nice primordial done dollar in there. Okay. And yes, I know all the high signs and can do them almost with ease. I was that guy. Yeah, don't judge me. Not that I'm judging you, listening. It's just that internally I wheeze. I'm like, no. Stop. Never change though. That's some cool. Again, like I don't know what did I do when I was young? That was kind of cringe. For sure, there's a lot. There's honestly too many to really account for. But I didn't go that hard in the paint. I was always like a very quiet kid that was like. I feel like I was the opposite. I would be like I was so aware that people would judge me in such a negative way for that I kind of like was like I'm not doing that because I don't want to get fucked up. I got bullied before. Shit gets mean. People can fuck you up. You know. I can't think of what that was. I'm sure that exists. I can't think of it. No, I got really into YouTube. I think that's my whole thing. Is that like I was cringe, like documented, just being like weird. Also, I'm off center. God damn it. Where's the music? Why, God? What the fuck is happening? Why did you stop playing? Did the stream die? Fucking hell. Sorry, by the way. Just like, come on. Why is it so hard? Go in the middle. Play new music. That's why we don't listen to an hour-long playlist, because my computer's like, the internet's like, excuse me? What do you think? We have extra real estate here, okay? Not good. It's not good. I feel like I should use my other... Oh, I keep forgetting to summon my sword. Yeah. Or reposition, I should say. Stop blocking so much, you bastard. That's sometimes what happens with those enemies. You can sometimes keep meleeing and keep hitting the shield, which is like, what a perfect system. What a great time. Skriz says, I throw one flying gun when it hits, hit the button, then it ramps up and latches at his head before I can run up and melee. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, I was about to say, man. To me, I feel like if it was like a class mod that had the same thing, like the same prefix of like, hey, shooting crossbow bolts into an enemy counts as nails, and then when you hit and deal melee damage, you can you do a huge payout of damage. Kind of like nailing, the nail in the coffin kind of idea. It literally could be even called the class mod, nail in a coffin. And if you had that, then the weapons like the Ragnarok would actually be pretty huge, because you just need to do an instance of melee damage to detonate all the things. Granted, it probably would scale off of the initial hit, but maybe you stack enough bolts into an enemy that it kind of just manages and it works, you know? That would make sense, but the fact that you're relegated by one melee weapon that is by its nature ranged, or sorry, not ranged, like not ranged, to me it's interesting conundrum how to solve some of the problems. Granted, I think people are pretty chill. I don't think people want to they're like, hey, I can't fight that boss. Okay, does he have anything good? No. I also have another account that I could use, so we'll be fine, you know. But honestly, I think we could probably use a different melee weapon just to have some fun. I have a cryo ranged weapon. Yes. I don't think it's gonna be good. it's significantly less good. In fact, I don't think we're not gonna be able to get our action skills much. So it's the reason why we use that one. Yeah, see, we're basically just stacking elements of damage. The music stopped again. Why, dude? Bit frustrating. It also doesn't help that I don't have the game sound on either, so it's literally just the fucking absolute silence. Oh. Gosh, I wonder if you guys listen to streams with like a little bit of music in the background, add some spice, you know? I feel like that'd be a little bit nauseating, because you have like their music competing sometimes with your music, right? I feel like that'd be less good. I kind of want to stop and try to fix it, because if we just have to loop one song that loads. Fucking Christ, then we'll be fine. Yeah, see, I don't know. I like to melt an enemy as soon as I hit them, you know? We're not able to do that. Feels bad. What's good, Young? Young says, what's up, bro? Where you been? What do you mean, where you been? I mean, Young, what do you call it? I've been, just in case you didn't hear about Young, we have some new channels. We have Brothers Grinn, where we're making content. We always stream on Grinn now. So if you haven't checked out the Brothers Grinn content, that's where all the Wonderlands kind of gameplay videos are going to be. At least first-person kind of literature games. Yeah. Also, we have like a meme channel, basically. Oh yeah, man, this was happening. Sorry, we made a like an update video and everything. Right there, no worry, man. I'm happy you're interested in that. Some people, I'm sure, are like, I want to upload a video today that is basically like a teaser trailer, like just the moment where they're like it revs up with the Krieg build. I want to put that as a kind of a trailer video for the Brothers Grinn channel, just because I feel like there's a lot of people who are like, I'm not really interested in the channel update. I kind of like your channel passively, but that's also where like I still have content on the channel that I don't want to spam a bunch of uploads on people who are subscribed to Brothers Grinn. I wish I would have kind of like uploaded a lot of the content and then told you guys it exists, because I just don't want to spam your sub box essentially with a bunch of like build videos, etc., or like how to install a save. But it is weird that like in the future I'll be linking people to like videos that are on the Grinn channel, because that's where they are, like the how to install a save file kind of thing. But I don't know. I also don't. Again, I kind of Okay, I'm also not that upset about it, you know. Why can't we? Fluff's in his thing. The music got back, which is nice. Everyone's in menus. Fuck it. I'll go and I'll fix it before we go. I was gonna let you guys try to do the thing before we got after it. Let's go over here. Let's do this. Go to this and go to lo-fi beat playlist. Please. Okay, we'll loop this. And I hope to God it loads the whole 30-minute video. Okay. We should be good. We're good. Let's go. Love says, I just put it aside from even considering the capstone because I didn't need it with my hammer. That's true, yeah. Although, what do you call it? It does, like, if you're going to go deep into the skill tree, that deep to where it's available, I think you should take it because it gives you, like, a 25% cooldown just as a passive, which is kind of nice. Thanks to the lack of audio music on my end, I pull up Marine's 3D performance and absolutely love her live performance of my favorite original song of hers, Yunsa? I don't know how to say that, but okay. Yeah, Unseon? I'm sure there's a cadence to it I'm not familiar with. Oh, what do you call it, Fluff? In the ethos, in the whole VTuber realm, I thought it was very wholesome and sweet. The weird Aethel and Nanners kind of wholesome relationship weirdness. But that was very wholesome bit of business. Also, man, there's sometimes people who are so goddamn like creative and funny that you're like, god damn, shit. But that Aethel guy, man, he seems like he is like the most clever and funny kind of person without trying, I guess. Does that make sense? I don't know, man. I just find like there's few people that I feel like are just fucking talented. Like a lot of people are talented, but then some people feel like they're almost given, like they're gifted with like a talent. Like they're gifted with a perspective of how to make people laugh or just be funny by themselves, you know? I just like, fuck. Every time I see that guy, he's like, and it's funny because sometimes you're like, I have too many content creators right now that I'm following and enjoying. I don't need 4 other ones to make me just kind of like have no free time. But he's one of those ones where I'm like, I don't think he's that good. He's that, at least me. I find him very, very funny. Like, it always seems very like, he just goes balls to the walls, weirdo kind of shit, and it's always seems like it works, at least for me. But yeah, I'm not sure if you guys know him. He's like a VTuber person. I think he also is, how do I put it? I think he kind of plays to, I think, a very polarized version of the VTuber community kind of thing. Does that make any sense? So what I mean by that is like, when you see like, for instance, if you see like a big booba streamer who has like a VTuber model where her tits are hanging out and she like constantly is calling everyone daddy or something, you're kind of like, okay. It's kind of like when you see other Twitch things where you see people who are very obviously like leveraging horniness essentially. But for him, I feel like he does, but doesn't, you know, because he has like a new VTuber model coming out or something like that. That like his tits, he got fucking like pecs of steel, like fucking gelatinous huge pecs, and he's wearing like a weird fucking like draped. It looks like a vampire shit, you know, just some weird, but also like it's actually pretty well designed. But I feel like reason why I bring that up is because I feel like people who do see him think like, oh, he's that kind of person, not realizing that he's actually just hilarious and like. I feel like he has one of the few VTubers that has such a model that people might be like, oh, I see what you're doing. You're doing what the females are doing, but to horny other people, or other genders or attracted like people, you know? can't wait to check it. Yeah, oh, Young, I hope, Young, if I could suggest any video, I hope you check out today's video on Brothers Grinn channel. The one that has the Krieg build. If you can make it to like the 3-minute mark, I want people to see that because I thought it was so fun. For me, I liked it a lot. What's happening to my controller? Stop it. There we go. Low City says, honestly, I'd rather die alone than the Demi Lich whispering in my ear. At least with the mushroom, he/she will try her best to come and revive me. I mean, hey, you want to die alone or not? All right, the mushroom's dead. He fucking has no self-preservation. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys go roll the dice. I'm gonna drink the rest of my. I already finished it. I'm gonna hang out. I'm gonna hang out and get ready to drop some items for our boy Squid, unless he's not here. I haven't seen him comment in a while. He might just be chilling. But if he's still here, I'd like to drop the gear for him. Yes. Fluff says, yes, yeah, but if I'm gonna go to the capstone, I'll take Storm Smite from Clobbering. Yeah, so it's kind of like a neck and neck thing. You still, got you, buddy. Yeah, you're Sam from Friend Crest. I see you. Fluff says, yeah, but if I'm going to go to the capstone, all right, I read that. Yeah, I'm definitely happy for Nan and Aethel. Apparently they clicked almost. Dude, that was one of those things that, like, I don't know. It's so funny because it's one of those things that I genuinely thought, like, I seen one clip of them playing that fucking game it's like them playing it's like an astronaut game, but you can like text to speech. I just seen them playing. I just feel like immediately they were like goofballs. Just, they're also like the same frequency of just, they overcommit and they're hella weird and they have no restraint. So they kind of harmonize perfectly. And you're like, holy shit, what are we talking about? This is madness. Oh, but again, they fully commit. And I always love that, man. With certain people, they just have like no chill and they just say, fuck it. And they just keep going. And then if you don't like it, you leave. Or you get into it, essentially. And both of them seem to really be good at that. I first heard of him through Iron. Yes, same thing. I heard him about Iron from that. Also, man, a part of me thinks that if there wasn't like Iron Mouse situation, and also Connor's situation of being like in an entirely different zone, and yes, I realize the shipping thing can be awkward as fuck. I get it. But man, I've been following that for fucking ever, and that is like the most. Okay. like you're sitting there like, right. Yeah. Okay. Sure. It's them, and I understand it. I would never say that in their proximity and make them feel uncomfortable. 100%. It's just traumatic and annoying. But I feel like anyone who's watching it's like, yeah. There's some weirdness there, okay? I feel like if y'all didn't have these limitations on your relationship, things would be, yes. Again, I'm just saying. They're definitely very close, regardless if they're actually, yeah. I don't know if they're dating. I feel like, honestly, Fluff, my guys, and I'm not usually wrong on these things, but also, I'll let you say, I'm absolutely wrong. I don't want to be that guy, but I feel like what it is, my sense at least, is that I feel like they've probably had conversations about them like genuinely being really interested in each other, but also being 100% aware of like the limitations, not only by long distance relationships, but also by the circumstance that both of them are in. Like Connor has vested interest in having to stay in Japan, and she also has vested interest in being it's also impossible to get to Japan. So like there's so many reasons for it to not work. And I think then they do the whole like friend thing, like really in their close friends. But then I also want, to me, there does seem to be weird things where like, yeah. Also, man, I'm not sure if you've kept up with that side of the whole VTuber community Fluff, but I don't know what it is, but Connor, and specifically, not even Connor really, but there's a VTuber called Rainho, who is, to me, also one of those people that's kind of charismatic. She leans on kind of like the lewd thing a little bit, but every time I've seen videos of her, she's fucking, again, same thing, very charismatic. That like weird, fully send it, just doesn't care, it just says some crazy shit kind of thing. I find her also pretty funny. Same thing with she also does the Connor back and forth really well, but it's like a different thing. Like where Mouse is like resistant and like fights back, Rainho is also fights back, but also kind of a simp, which is like hilarious as a potential vision of a character almost. Also, I feel like everyone done gambling. Okay, I'm off to go drop loot. I don't think we picked up anything. We got some gear. I could always duplicate my save just one more time. You ready? You ready, Shrees? Where is it? This. Copy my current. Nope, don't copy the name of it. Copy the save itself. Delete that. Paste this here. Copy that version of the paste because we're gonna delete it. Excellent. We've saved a moment in time. Let's do this. Go. Scriz says, yes, sir. Gotcha, Scriz. I'll join in on you. Socialize. Where are you, Scriz? There you are. Boom. Join. Aethel seems to just fall into VTubing on a whim. Now, he was a regular content creator before, mostly focused on making music. Really? I didn't know he was a content creator before. That makes sense. That always makes me feel better about it. Whereas, like, no, you've been at this for a while. You kind of honed your craft in a way. Although I still feel like, man, there's something about certain people who just fucking pop off in a whole kind of way. Where you're like, oh, this is a big, like, this, it feels like so supernatural, like super supernatural for you to just speak like this and make jokes and kind of like follow a rhythm, etc. You know, I don't think I feel that way. I think when it seems like it's effort for me, which I think is also I appreciate because it's obvious. I'm trying my best. I feel like they're just he's very satirical. Yeah, very. Well, I feel like, yeah, that's a good way of putting it too. Yeah. I feel like they're just admitting of anything further is going to be between them. No, I absolutely. I think there's good reasons. Again, like I said, I feel like that's the feeling I get. It's almost like I feel like there probably was conversations that happened behind the scenes, and they both realized like maybe like if this happens in the future, sure, but like we're both in places that just doesn't seem like it's viable at all. You know. They're definitely very close. Because probably the closest they can be, that sort of relationship. They don't need to make the official order. Yeah. No, I feel the same way. I feel like I get the same sense. Oof. Okay. Ooh, it's dark magic. That's dope. So keeping you alive a little bit. We got the effect and we got rampage. Ooh, rampage is I don't know. I find it's the least good of melee. I'm sure I'm gonna eat my words, but I feel like you're better off going with the warrior or other things. But that's solid. That's solid. Also with this. Afterburner. Afterburner is great, but Afterburner, man, to me it's a little shitty, man, because unless the reason why Afterburner kind of sucks ass is because it's has a delay to it. Or sorry, Novas don't scale appropriately yet, so you guys can see it's like doing 3K. That's kind of what it does. I think like with a slight elemental amplification, it does like maybe 10K. And you also increase all damage that enemies take with the shield and whatnot, so it does like 10K, so it actually like multiplies and it makes sense. But the problem with that one is that it doesn't really work. But also there's a melee weapon out there, man, called the Fate Breaker, which basically allows you to instantly regenerate your shield. So if they ever introduce or if they ever do like a patch where they rescale Novas to be current to whatever the mayhem level is, there's gonna be a lot of fun melee builds. Just focus on like constantly resetting your Nova, but also you have insane survivability because as long as your racks hit an enemy and you do somewhat good melee damage, you're gonna instantly regenerate your shield constantly. So that'd be a really fun back and forth build. It doesn't really solve the melee problem a little bit, but also it frees up you to use like whatever ranged melee weapon you want, which could be, you could build, I think because you don't necessarily need to build a lot of melee damage. You just need to build enough to where you regenerate your shield within one hit. So you could use that and leverage that in such a way that makes it so that you can constantly repair your shield, or constantly you could build gun damage and build Nova damage and then kind of have like a weird melee close range damage source. Because a couple of shotgun with that thing, killer. Also you do enough gun damage. Whew. But yes, but I wish I could see your whole build and whatnot. I wish I could see what you have currently on. Also, what's the gun like? Oh, you got primordial version of that guy Lee. Did you find that? If you found that, that's madness. It's absolutely huge. You got vampire in that bitch, golly. Yeah, no, that's great. That's also cryo, absolutely wonderful. Primordial, sigil weapon. Okay. Sigil weapon. Wait, is that the weapon that is that the same radius thing that we were using? And you got even more cooldowns on it. Is that the one that has the high cryo chance? Cause dude, I almost wish you dropped that for me so I could dupe it and then we could both have it. Cause that's what I'm thinking it is. Fuck me. That looks crazy. What is good, Luke? Thank you so much for the love. Also, yeah, all this looks madness, man. You got also the when ward not full. That's also you got better gear than me, man. What are we doing? God, you gotta go wrong. What are you talking about going? Your build going wrong? You fucking insane. It's madness. Okay. Also, you got the one thing with when you cast some spell. Yeah, that one actually makes more sense because yeah, it's gonna make it so that you basically can use this more. But granted, yeah, because it has 8 seconds, you'll be able to basically back-to-back it, even without having a lot. Also, man, if you have, what do you have on this? Yeah, Vampire's less good on that, because Vampire will take away any sort of shield gain you have. Granted, maybe you're not using it like that. They're using this one. Also, what do you call it? What was I gonna say? Oh, it's a Fear Not pistol. Yeah, cryo, nice. What is this? While action skills activated. Wait, I was gonna make his point. I don't know. Oh, the reason why Vampire is a little fucky is because it'll basically take away your legendary shield's effect. So it'll basically repair your shield by 10%, taking away the intrinsic depletion effect. So Vampire is actually like a huge bad thing, very bad thing. I have one primordial version of that same weapon, but it doesn't have Vampire on it, and it has, I think, Echo. No, it has action skill cooldown increase, which your spell has such a cracked spell that you should be good to go. Yeah, it is an ice block everything. Take it and copy. Also here, I can take it and copy it. Hell yes. Okay, give me a minute. Where is it? I can't see it. It's somewhere in this whole fucking thing. I don't know where it went. Is it this purple here? There's a purple. There it is. So I can take that and copy it. Thank you. Practice Wailing Banshee. Oh, and you got fucking Echo on that thing? And it's Primordial. I'm duping that too, because I'm already duping the other one. Might as well dupe the other one. Primordial, Berserker, and Clawbringer. Oh, also melee damage conversion. All damage dealt melee moves. Oh, fucking yeah, man, you getting this lucky? Or we doing some things? Okay. Look at this one. What, this one? Vampire and 10% Primordial. This one's great. What do you mean? Oh, melee kill gets you a spell. I see what you're trying to get. It works. It makes sense. You got a melee thing, a constant update on that. It would be cool if you could like double layer. Like you could double layer 2 spells. I think it only works if you have ambihextrous, but that'd be pretty fun. Berserker stab of power. Got a lot of Berserker and the one perk. What is this one again? Unfortunately, there's no Stabo attribution thing. Unfortunately. But a lot of this is madness. Alright, I'll dupe these real quick. Actually, I want the ring too. The ring seems fucking dope. Alright, Frost thing. I'll take that as well. Good as well. That and I think we're good. Alright, so do you want me to back out and I'll dupe these? Is that what you're saying, Shrieker? Yeah, you do have options. You have excessive options. You got me. You goofed on me. You were like, hey. Also, I didn't. Sorry, Luke. I'm so sorry. Thank you so much for the Prime sub. We get so much happen. Thank you so much for the Prime sub. You've been subscribed for 2 months. That's huge. Thank you, Luke. Yeah, and I give it to you. I have never seen that enchant. Which one? Oh, the spell charge one. Yeah, I've seen that a couple times. It's really good. Really cool looking. Also, the Stabble ones. There's Stabble ones. Huge. There's a Berserker one with some Stabbo. And there's also the thing. Ooh, the Sly. Yeah, I got that one. I found that one in save file too. Oh my god. There's so many. So many things. They keep coming. No, all those look insane, man. And crazy. Yes. Okay, so do you want me to dupe all these? C. Okay, gotcha. Sure, I have a couple more. Perfect. Yeah. Do you want me to copy all these or just them? Because this is insane. This is madness. That one was a dark magic. I need a better one. Which one? Dark magic. This one? I'm not sure if I have a better one. I have a neutral one. I think it's the same as you. It's like chaotic or volatile. I don't think it's primordial. You can copy whatever. Gotcha. But do you want me to drop it for you? Is that what you're saying? Because that's what I'm wondering right now. Because it seems like... Are you playing on PC, Shrieker? Because if you're playing on console, you've got all that fucking shit. It's mental. Okay, no, I could just keep it. Hell yes, that's hella upgrades, boy. Thank you, Shrieker. Yes, you're up. Okay, I was about to say. How, you have those insane luck ever. Shrieker, you positioned it in such a way that made me think that you were a person who was like, you should check out my stats. So I was like, oh. But a chess piece with 30% dark armor. Oh, wait. Oh, is there? Oh, shit, I'll join back in. I didn't see that. Because, yeah, I was actually really wanting a dark magic thing. Where is... Oh, no, is that what you're saying? You need a better version of the dark armor one? Yeah, me too, man. That converts dark magic shit. I've yet to find that, too. It sucks. I think also they can't summon that type with Stabo and Grave, which honestly, I don't even need Stabo, though. So I think we just need, yeah, the one. Yeah, so did you say that the one was dropped, or did you say that you wanted one, right? Is that what you're saying? Luke says, you see the Moxie video about the Stabo Claw? He stole my build. I don't think he stole your build, but yeah, I understand what you're saying. Yeah, the one that has a crazy amount of scaling. Yeah. Man, I was thinking the same thing. I was not like stealing your builds, but I really hope people don't do that. I really hope people don't say like there's like this build is this guy copied this guy copied, because I was worried about like adding what do you call it, the fact that I was using the Tesla coil and depleted it, and I thought I first found out about this from Moxie, so I wanted to say this is where I found out about. Yeah, no, I know it's a joke. Yeah, I know you wouldn't say that normally. Shrieker says, I also have one that's an icebreaker, which is good. I have one, but it's way lower tier compared to yeah, I know, I have the same thing. Yeah. Does it have some stats in Stabo? Because if it does, I think I might actually have that. I don't even need it to really be high scaling. But yeah. But I didn't want to catch him on chat because I kind of jumped ahead. I was talking to Fluff about things. Fluff says, if I recall, Rainho was Connor's mom. Yeah, she still is a moderator. Yeah, and she's one of the OG 93%, which is a kind of a meme within the Connor's community, which is essentially he used to make like anime Black Butler kind of seemingly very women-centered content. It seemed like. And there was a big fan base on Black Butler that was women, of course. So, of course, his analytics were shocking and insane. The fact that he had like a 93% of his viewers were women, which is a meme. But Rainho was one of those people, apparently. And she's been like a mod for him for like 5 years. So they have a kind of a good rapport just based on time spent kind of hanging out. They have a different dynamic, actually. There's a Holostar male talent branch of Hololive production that has a friend VTuber that has no chill about her invested interest in him. Wait, what? Before they have a different dynamic. Actually, there's a Hololive male talented branch of Hololive Productions that has a friend VTuber that has no chill about her investment interest in it. What does that mean? I'm curious what that means. And Anders also has 10 years. Yeah, 10 years of YouTube. Yeah. Skriz says this ward has a potential, I think. And there's a potential. Oh, you're talking about the thing? Yeah. All I know is that Mouse and Connor are close and trust in each other to where he's seen her face behind the avatar, and she's pretty, and she's very pretty according to his. Yeah. There's a bunch of stuff. I think he would meet her if given an opportunity that wasn't like excessively a big ask, I guess. Luke says, I stole the idea of going invisible and using the Stabo cap, so I never think in that. Oh, I see. Yeah. For what it's worth, I think that's a great minds think alike. I think it's the basis, but yeah. One thing is that my hackage melee is looking nice. Thanks, Grinn. I still in the early stage of Chaos Chambers, but I'm 1 to 2 shotting things. Nice. Love to hear it. Skriz says one of this shit skill points, the other one has a perfect trait, but is low tier end wrong. Okay, yeah, wrong stat. Gotcha. I think we're okay. Yeah. Also, I'm ready to not leave melee behind. I'm just ready to take a break. I want to like go back and like refine one of our like pixie spore warden like builds. Because yeah. Lone Singed says, although so of the kind of Useless for me because it's enchanted for Graveborn, but it's a star. Well, yeah. Well, there should be more there. Like I usually, if there is something that had an enchantment for Graveborn, that's not the only one. Yeah. So like there should be one that's also enchanted. Like if you look at all the gear I dropped, there should have been one in there that was didn't have Reaper of Bones thing. Yeah. Because I never gave you guys that. It was never part of the options. It was just another additive thing. Luke says Spore Cap is useless to pixies. No, I don't know what the Spore Cap is off the top of my head. To tell you the truth, Spore Cap is. I remember. I have no idea what the thing is. What's good, Undying? Undying says hi, Grinn. What's good, Undying? Hopefully having a lovely day, ladies and gentlemen. Who should we go raid? You've been nothing but lovely. I can't wait to spend some more time with you on Tuesday. I'm gonna have, oh man. So the rest of my night looks like me trying to make a video about the new Share Your Grinn content thing, where I'm trying to break down anime, and I don't know the fucking cadence that I want to do with it. I don't know if I want to like make it so like I just jump in. I'm like instead of saying should you watch, don't toy with me, not an okay thing, blah, 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 and then have it be this weird fuckiness. Also, this may be a weirder. It looks like a clipping a little bit here, but yeah. Lone Singing says, although do so of this stuff. Kind of says, Fluff says, essentially the VTuber friend of Rabaru. Holostar, okay, and that they should get married, and he does his best to play it off as a joke and keep things professional / platonic, or platonic. Sorry, platonic. So wait, but this is not Reinho, right? This is just another branch of like a thing. Also, I think that might be a part of it though, Fluff. I think like there's like, to me, I think they're like, the anime is full of like types. Like there's like the tsundere type, the fucking Yara type VTuber. I think there's also the type that is the what is it called? It's the I can't think of it. It's the yandere type, like the one that's like, I'm super fucking weird and possessive in some way. Like, Shrieker says, I never made a save. Oh yeah, no, absolutely, Shrieker. Yeah, I was okay, perfect, sure. I was wondering if that's what you were waiting on me to do, because I was trying to get that audio and I couldn't really understand what we were talking about. Perfect. Let me copy this, jump over here, drop this there, copy this. Thank you, Shrieker. I think you're being patient with me. I was ignoring you. I was trying to get that audio when I was explaining, but I couldn't see your comment quick enough. Let's jump back in. Actually, I'll just load it on you from here. Social. Where are you, Shrieker? There you go. Join. Luke says, yandere just wants some love or your heart. I feel like everybody would be into the yandere thing if it didn't end in murder and you getting tied up or some shit. I feel like people would be like, hey, a person that likes me a lot? Hell yeah, baby. Yes, king. All that. Shrieker, here's all the gear I took. Drop this. Drop this. Drop this. And bop. And bop. And goodbye. There's all the gear, my friend. Goodbye. I gotta actually go back. Sorry, I fucked up. I gotta go this. Delete the character. Let's hope this all worked out. I wasn't sure if I made a proper copy. Good. Is it back? We're good. Got the collar on, the fur collar. Who? Luke says hydrate. Fine. Rocketed rounds. Yeah, I don't know if that would work. I don't think it would work. I feel like it's more of a snipe. Maybe. Undying says, don't toy with me, Miss Not an Okay was awesome. There is a season 2. But the thing that is it may not be done by the same studio that did season 1 of that show, Undying, because the people who did that same Don't Tease Me Not an Okay, whatever it is, Toy with Me Not an Okay, that series, that anime branch is working on season 2 of the Tower of God apparently, which I'm like, hell yes. We got a guaranteed season 2 happening. May just come out in a later date, but we're also going with we're getting another episode of our season of Tower of God hopefully soon. Fucking love Tower of God. Correct, a different video. Gotcha. Okay, so it's just a weirder instance. Gotcha. Undying says, I think Grinn is more the I don't know about that, fam. There part of me who does want to do like a collab with people where I can just bounce off people. Granted, it might be a cringe mess, but I don't know. I don't know how I am around people like verbally. Like the only person who knows that is Carthage actually. Carthage and me tried to do a D&D thing once, and it just didn't pan out. But we were in like a call for a hot minute talking about what was going to happen. I was at a time where I was trying to get out of my comfort zone. Again, I'm a hermit. I'm a hermit at a base, so it was a lot for me, but I got there. And also, I'm much better when I just like let go and accept whatever's gonna happen, you know. But yeah. Shkriz says, what was the spell that that dude was using though? It was you. Yeah, I don't know what it was, man. I looked awesome. Yeah. I don't know if it. I think yours might be a little bit more like fucking what, you know. Fluff says, yeah, there's a big list of dire types. Yeah, is that right? I think that's fun. I think that's a goofy, fun thing. I wonder how people would react to it, though. Because I feel like it only really works if you're dealing with like Giga Chad and there's like a Yandere type. It just comes across as like, fuck this guy. You don't deserve what you're getting, you know? Sort of jealous bullshit I feel like it would incite. Whereas if you're dealing with someone who's like, what the fuck is happening? I feel like that would work a little bit better. Because it's kind of like that's like literally the storytelling of Yandere shit. Is where a guy's like, well, this is a lot. Skrizz says, thank you, brother. I have to clear out the bank. Dude, same thing, man. Skrizz, does your fucking bank lag is like crazy? I hate it. It's so frustrating. I have so much garbage in there, but like, my bank constantly lags. And I'm just like, I just want to reset. I don't even care what's in there. I just want to stop this because it's so frustrating. You're sitting there flipping pages. The UI fucking doesn't work. It sucks so hard, dude. The UI sucks. I just want to see. I'm a visual person. I want to see. I can look at a gun image and immediately know what it is. But it's. I hate having to sit and be like, is that. What are the, okay, it's gonna take some time to. There it is. Find like and see what the name is called, and then go by that. Yeah. I just go by like marking enemies as or marking things as trash, and then going forward with that. Fluff says Nagatori is classified as a Heike suitor. Okay, one of the rivals in tormenting their love interest. Interesting. We kind of made a video about it. I'm not sure if people had it's quite a long video, so I understand people didn't see it. But to me, it was like, I thought it was a good character study for the idea of like extroversion being this idea that you kind of get energy from people. And I would imagine if an extrovert probably wouldn't get a lot of energy from a person that was just like a brick wall that was not giving them any sort of emotional cues. So the fact that somebody like if we could deduce that, okay, there's an element of there's a big element that human beings get a lot out of the visual cues that somebody gives them, whether that's smiling, whether that's laughing, whether that's eye contact, whether that's, you know, whatever, embarrassment, blushing, all like there's plenty of signals going on with your face and how valuable that is. And in such a way that, is that the same thing that's happening within some people? Or is that like, yeah, is that something that happens? I think that's what we deduced, at least for me, in the Don't Toy With Me, Not an Okay One, where I was like, oh, I think she may be like a version of an extrovert that gains energy not necessarily from positive emotion from a person in front of her, but from potentially, any reaction is something that can give her energy. Because they kind of articulate that within the show too, where with everybody else, she's kind of neutral, but then with him, she gets like an energy bump, where she almost seems like she's feeding off of the energy, like some sort of fucked up nightmare succubus bullshit. Lou says, if you use guns with wings and spore capstone, just maybe. I love D&D. I'm a GM myself. Dude, I think D&D would be fun, but it's a lot of work at the beginning. Like, it's like not one of those things where you can just like again, I'm a big fan of like, if you're going to like a cafe or a bar or something, you just see your boys in like a part of the restaurant or something, you just go and say hi, hang out, and you talk. And you just sit there. Worst case scenario, you sit there and you listen, or you can contribute a lot. That's like a low buy-in. with D&D, you gotta come with a spreadsheet, you gotta figure shit out. It's a lot, at least for me, especially who has like no time as is. Like I haven't watched a fucking movie in forever. I can either choose make content, stream, and then I get like an hour a week that could be like, what do you want to do with this hour? And I'm like, I like anime, so I'm watching that. But I wish I had more like hours. It's not to say that like everyone's in the world is busy, 100% true, but maybe I'm just shit at managing my time. Shrieker says, I clicked all the way to the end, and I have to wait 30 minutes. Oh, yeah, man, it's horrible. Same thing. Luke says, I have 4 pages of armors, and I think I don't use all. Same, man. I have stuff that's like chaos level 0, and I'm just like, why the fuck do I have this? I was collecting shit at that point. And like in like a month, we're in a period we're like already so deep at endgame that everything is irrelevant. It's not like the best. Lone Syndicate says, I'm gonna need to look at that list of all because there is so many that I don't know exist. Fluff's got you. Fluff's gonna take care of you. Essentially, Nagatori is an extroverted example of a schoolyard crush behavior, where they tease the boy that they like and seems to treat them poor. Well, dude, that's the thing that like surprised me about Nagatoro. Nagatori. I was expecting the show to be like her like poke fun at him, like, and there's moments where like, okay, she like says, oh, you have greasy hair or something like that, but there's moments also where she's just like, you're like a loser, you're a loner, you have no friends. Like there's shit that just seems actually mean. Actually, I'm not sure how you could take this and not be like, bitch, get away from me, trash. You know what I mean? Like I feel like they went too hard in the paint where I'm like, and also they have this thing where like, I feel like in especially at the beginning, before you know the kind of dichotomy of the relationship, it is this feeling of kind of like tormenting. Like the guy can't escape, and the world has already beaten him down so badly that he doesn't even fight back. And even Nagatoro eventually kind of comes to the conclusion of like, you gotta fight back, man. Like this is just, you shouldn't let me do this. Like there's a problem. There's a problem here. I feel bad a little bit. But yeah. So to me, it was really hard to, again, around like episode 4, where I was started to be like, okay, maybe I just gotta accept that this is their fucked up relationship, you know? Yeah, she made him cry, but like, to me, again, the tear thing is one thing. It's the fact that like he can't escape it as well. You know, it'd be one thing if she was being cruel and kind of like walked away, but she always like seeks him out and like does it. So I feel like it's almost like entrapment in a way. Like, so if someone's being rude to you, you can always get up and walk away. Or just ignore what they're saying, kind of. But when she makes a point to like break his space, get the reaction. So yeah, I like the show for what it's worth. I just thought I was surprised by that feeling I got when I watched it, where I was like, it feels a little toxic, you know. And to try to help with the pronunciation of the name, it's Nagatori. Gotcha. Yeah, I think I heard him say it in the dub, and I was better about saying it in the video. Probably not, but but yeah. And the same sort of snake people. Gotcha. And Toro, like the phrase said by bullfighters. Oh god. Nagato bullfighters. I don't know the phase. Yeah, I don't know what that phrase is for bullfight. I don't know what that is. I can't make the leap. As I said, it's exaggerated. The most of the dare types, they're character version of the realistic. Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Character. Yeah. Luke says, he don't have any Attica, any attack is welcome. What is that? What does that mean? Luke says, I don't have any. He doesn't have any attention. Is that what you mean? Gotcha. So I don't know about that, man, because there's moments, especially at the beginning, where it doesn't seem like he is. Like, that's the thing that was my problem with the show a little bit at the beginning, was that, like, if he was clearly like, I like this, or this is worth it, like, here's a person who constantly coming and giving me attention or befriending me in some ways. Yes, she has some negative, but there's also positive here. If he were to do that, then we'd be good. And that's kind of what happens later in the series, where you kind of clearly, obviously understand that he's gaining something from the relationship. But before that, it just seems like a one-sided relationship, if that makes any sense. And I don't like, at the first 3 episodes, I'm not sure he'd be like, I would take this deal. Like, the attention is worth the scrutiny, being chucked in a fucking lake, being, like, found and, like, bothered. The whole first episode, she made him cry. Zero, what's good? Zero says, who lives in a pineapple under the pineapple? This is the whole thing. Who lives in a pineapple under the pineapple, 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 under the sea. Pineapple. Got it, Zero. Luke says Toro is a bull in Spanish. Oh, I see. Okay. Matador is a butterfly in Spanish, if I'm correct. Okay. That is correct. Gotcha. Is attention not etica? Yeah, no, I don't. Well, yeah, yeah. Okay, I understood, Luke. I wasn't judging you because I know you're not. That's not your first language. It's incredible how far you're able to get right now, ladies and gentlemen. I have to go make that video. I still don't know what kind of context I should give it. Now that you guys have gotten me talking about it, I feel like I want to talk to you guys about it. But what do you guys think is a better way of making the video? So we have our series on our Share Grinn channel that's basically me just shooting the shit at our set, talking about the show, kind of like trying to dissect it, have fun with it, talk about what we liked about it, that kind of thing. But I want to make a separate video that's about season 2 news, as well as like videos that I found myself wanting from YouTube. Is a video that told me what the premise of a show was without spoiling it, but kind of telling me if I would like it or not. What is the kind of person that would like the video? So that's the baseline, but I don't know what the way I want to handle it is. So I have 2 intros in my head that kind of have the pace of the video decided. So option 1 is, so you're interested in watching X anime, so don't tease me, not an okay, or whatever it is. I'm going to continue to missay it. This is what the show offers. The show is broken down in a slice of life. What do you call it? Slice of life. Whatever else I'll come up with in a moment. I'll think about this before I say it. And then for me to be like, but what it actually is it's going to do this. It's going to have these pulls on it. It's a comedy. It also deals with these subject matters. So if this is something that you can find fun in, then you'll enjoy your time. But if you also find that, what do you call it? If you do not find this premise, this people being cruel to others, if you don't have that enjoyment, I would ask that you hold up for episode 8 and wait until the show comes unraveled. Or, so that's option 1, basically where I just say like the name of the video, so you're interested in watching, and then I go into it. Or do you guys think I should just say, like, I feel like this way is more of like the nerd writer kind of like video essay kind of thing, where you just start. Like you're like, don't toy with me, don't toy with me, Nagatoro is an anime about blank, blank, and blank. But for those of you who may be interested in it, this is what it really is, blank, blank, and blank. And go through those things. Which one do you think is better? I feel like I like the nerd writer one a bit, but I don't want it to become like that format, which is a very known like essay kind of format for like decoding shows. But also I feel like it'd be better to get people hooked immediately within like instead of doing my go. Instead of me being like, what's going up, guys? And then we go on to the video. And just instead of being like, and we're here, we're moving, you better keep up. And we're gone. Also, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to wind down. Does anyone have anyone that we could go raid? I think Luca was streaming early in the day. I don't think Luca has streams anymore late in the day, so I can't raid him. But I would love to hear about it. I have Rawar that we could go raid. Oh, my chest. Heartburn. Lone Singer says, oh, yeah, I forgot she pushes him into the water, and she had him say was, wow, he's light. Yeah. Also, they make it apparent that she could overpower him. Yeah. Plus, also, if anyone happens to have a Primordial Ranger class mod that has either the cap of Tide, Corrupted Plate Mail, or Paradigm that buffs ability and melee by a percentage of your spell damage, I'll definitely appreciate it. It only point towards Berserker would be necessary. Okay. Hopefully someone has that. Hopefully. Zero says, Matador is a bullfighter who tasked to kill the bull. Oh, I don't like that, man. That to me is real sad. I got to TTWL control. Okay. Flo says, either way, was just trying to help break down. No, I loved it, by the way. I thought it was awesome. I appreciate the thing. My whole thing is that, like, I have to really... I have a bad... And you know this very well, I think, Fluff. I have a bad... It's like... It's not impossible. Nothing's impossible. Don't fail before you've started. But when I've said something a certain way, it's like there's like an engraving point in my head when I do it. And I'm so busy that I can't kind of like, let me double check that. Let me go to Google and hear some like an AI voice say, no, and I'm like, that didn't help. And yeah, so as much as I know people try to help, it's so hard when I've already been saying something in such a way to fix it, because your brain already has those grooves, those plunge lines dipped in, you know? But I always appreciate the effort. Sometimes it's easier with something like that, which is already kind of a hard name to say, at least for me. It kind of feels like it's hard. It's harder to retweak when something it's already a hard name that you already have a cadence of saying, and in that way, if that makes any sense. Zero says Naga as in Twilight Forest monster in whatever game that was. Great. Shrieker says, just make sure the thumbnail is clickbait AF and start with saying how excited you are to share that. So what do you mean? Oh, I see. Like, yeah, maybe. I think there's strategies that I think we should definitely apply. Like, I regret, in hindsight, looking at the Krieg video, talking to you guys about it just off the cap, essentially. I was like, oh, I fucked up, basically. Where I was like, oh, what is the likelihood that somebody's going to watch the entire explanation? Not very much. I think it's a few people would. Maybe a few people care about what's happening. They want to mimic it on console, and they need to know what is important to it. But probably a high probability that after the first couple seconds of the montage, the kind of general breakdown, the goofy banter, whatever, that people tune off. So it's like, well, wait. Then you should end the video or find a way to re-engage people and then end the video so people are left wanting more, not left being like, oh man, I'm exhausted, he keeps talking. Yeah. So part of me wondered, I think I need to retweak that aspect of the formula that we have for builds, is like cut off the explanation and just tell people like, quick, here's what you need to be aware of. Execution is played. Everything else you should be able to infer what's happening. Go, you know? Add me in the same game. Perfect, guys. Got it. Nice. Zero says, we could raid. Got it. Doing it. Dark. I think she will enjoy it. Hell yes. I'll be honest. These last times we could raid people, it felt like we were a bother. Also, man, we need to like delete all of our highlights ever. I thought I already did that, but fuck me. The people have this automated like highlight thing, which good for them. It's very sweet. It's a good idea. You're very tech savvy with Twitch. I am not, and we always have this fucking. Oh, I look disgusting, by the way. Why did nobody tell me I was that fucking greasy and the green screen did not help? Okay. Anyways, I also my haircut was shit. Anyways, sorry. Judgment. Naga are geeks, probably thinking of that. Perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go raid the person that we were just given. Please, go tell this person that they're nothing but lovely. I don't know about this, man. They have a lot of viewership. I don't know if they're gonna be happy with us raiding them. I'm not even sure if we'll show up, but I'm sure they're lovely. Ladies and gentlemen, please go tell them some lovely things. Tweet isn't one to Tweetly isn't one to perfect. Oh yeah, the let die from yesterday raid. I was not expecting. I know, man. Pain, suffering, fucking can't. I hate it. Ugh. I really hope she doesn't have that too. I'm embarrassed now. Zero. She doesn't have an automated highlight feature whenever somebody raids her, right? Tell me she doesn't. Please. I can't have it happen twice. I'm too self-conscious. I'm fine with if people are judging me now, but this is who I currently am. I don't like people judging the past self who was like, let it die, God. I don't think so. Okay, we got it. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go rate a lovely person vouched for us by our boy Zero. Zero, hopefully I can see you again, buddy. Thank you, everybody, for stopping on by and listening to me ramble, especially on the tail end. Hopefully I can see you guys once again. We'll be streaming on Tuesday over at YouTube. Hopefully I can see you guys there. Thank you kindly for your time, and enjoy the build video that's currently out on YouTube right now. Try to watch the first beginning part of it, even if you're not into like the gaming stuff, because I think it's kind of cool regardless. But anyways, thank you so much for your time. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.